Okay, everybody, we are back, and in just a moment, we will be beginning the SusHi Tech Challenge semi-final round. それでは再開いたします。これからSusHi Tech Challengeセミファイナルラウンドを開催いたします。引き続き司会を担当させていただきますのは私、ジャスティン・パターソンです。Once again, my name is Justin Patterson, and I will be your host and MC for today. So I'd like to say once again hello to everyone out there in the audience, and for those of you who are watching online, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us here today at SusHi Tech Tokyo Global Startup Program. As I just mentioned, we will be beginning the SusHi Tech Challenge semi-final round, which will be going on here on this stage. This is a pitch contest where innovative technologies and ideas addressing the world's pressing challenges crucial for achieving sustainable cities are showcased. From a total of 507 entries representing 43 countries and regions across the world, we've selected 20 startups to pitch today after passing through rigorous preliminary evaluations. The top 7 startups that succeed in today's pitch will be advancing to tomorrow's SusHi Tech Challenge 2024 final. So the winner at the final round tomorrow will receive a prize of 10 million Japanese yen. Last year's grand prize winning startup was Kyoto Fusion Engineering, a Japanese startup from Kyoto University engaged in research and development of fusion reactors for clean energy. So which startup will emerge victorious this year? Stay tuned for today's semifinals. Okay, so we're going to kick things off by introducing our esteemed panel of judges for the semifinal. So, judges, when your name is called, please come up to the stage. And ladies and gentlemen out there in the audience, when they come to the stage, if you would give them a round of applause. So, starting off, SBI Investment Company Limited Director and Executive Officer, General Manager, Corporate Venture Capital Department, Yukiko Kato. All right, moving on. Nordic Ninja Managing Partner, Tomosaku Sohara. All right, our next judge, DG Daiwa Ventures Managing Director, Yamato Watanabe. Okay, our next judge is Toba Capital Partner, Climate Investing, Susan Su. And last but of course not least, UTokyo Innovation Platform Company Limited Chief Investment Officer, Mikio Kawahara. All right, thank you to all of our judges. So before we get started, I'd like to get just a quick comment or a message, anything you'd like from each of our judges. So Yukiko-san, would you give us a few words?
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Yukiko Kato from SBI Investment. And I'm responsible for the management of the corporate venture capital at the SBI Investment. And today, as we all are aware, sustainability and energy and environment technology are the key issue for key investment thesis for every venture capital. So today, I'm so excited to hear such a great presentation. And good luck for the semifinalists. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So, Tomosaku-san, I think this is your second time on stage today. Welcome back.
All right. My name is Tomosaku Sohara, co-founder and managing partner at Nordic Ninjas. I'm based in London, and we are the early-stage investors based in London and the Nordics. So we love the deep tech, we love the climate tech, digital society. I'm really looking forward to seeing the entrepreneur who has a bold idea to change the world. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Yamato-san.
Hi, my name is Yamato Watanabe from DGDV. As a group, we helped Twitter's Japanese enter to Japanese market, and we invested Series A of Twitter. And in our portfolio, 60% of that is overseas portfolio. And of course, we investing in Japanese startups. So good luck for our all entrepreneurs here. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you very much. Susan.
Hi, everyone. My name is Susan Su. I'm a U.S.-based investor at Toba Capital. We are a multi-stage, multi-sector venture capital fund where I focus on climate technology investments. I chose to focus on climate technology because I believe investment and innovation is a way to create a better world. And I'm very excited to hear from all of the startups today because everybody is on that same mission. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mikio-san, if you would, please.
Hi, this is Mikio from Tokyo IPC. Tokyo IPC is the investment arm of the University of Tokyo, with the AUM is around the $400 million, investing in the deep tech and biotechs. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, global, deep tech startup here in Tokyo. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Another big round of applause for our judges. 改めて大きな拍手お願いします。So if you would please make your way to your seats. Okay, so now I'd like to move on to the introduction of the pitching startups today. I'm sure you're really eager to find out about all of these startups. So here's the lineup, as you can see on the screen, for our semifinalists, which will be pitching here on stage today. You may know that they're following the 5 themes of SusHi Tech Tokyo, which are infrastructure, environment, living, culture, and impact. And a total of 20 startups from 10 countries around the world will be taking the stage here today. So first off, under infrastructure, we have Aeterlink Corporation, DRONAMICS, LocationMind Incorporated, Deepctrls. In the environment sector, we have Entomal Biotech, Cool Innovation Incorporated, Bioplastics Company Limited, Fermenstation Company Limited, Cogo Japan GK, Asuene Incorporated, and Wright Brothers. Under the section of living, we have Medictor, Cancer-Free Biotech Limited, Rebirthal Company Limited. And under the space of culture, we have Too Bad, Joint Stock Company, and Strolly Incorporated. And the last category is for impact. This is ePort, Degas Limited, Impact Fat, and Elephant Tech Incorporated. So as I mentioned, these 20 startups will be participating in the pitch contest here on this stage in just a moment. Of course, in between that, we will be having some sponsor company introductions and, of course, a few breaks along the way. We anticipate that we'll be able to announce the results around 4:20 p.m. today, with the entire program scheduled to conclude around 4:40 p.m. after that. So before we kick off the pitch contest, let's review the rules for the semifinals. Maybe some of you have participated or come and watched again last year, so you probably know a little bit about what's going to be going on. But just to let you know, the pitch time is 5 minutes. And this will be followed by 2 minutes of Q&A from our judges, totaling 7 minutes per startup. Please note that only judges will be allowed to ask questions during this time. Startups that pass this round will go into the SusHi Tech Challenge final round, which will be held tomorrow at the main stage. A simultaneous interpretation will be available with your receivers if you have one. If you don't, please get one from our staff right away. Please use Channel 1 for Japanese and Channel 2 for English. 日本語で視聴される場合は、チャンネル1にご設定ください。And for those of you who are watching online, please be sure to select your desired language from the menu. Okay, so with that, without further ado, let's begin the semifinals. So I'm going to introduce our first presenter. Under the theme of infrastructure, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Aeterlink Corporation CEO, Mr. Ryo Iwasa.
So my name is Ryo Iwasa from Aeterlink CEO. So I'm very happy to present to you what is Aeterlink and what is a long-range wireless powering technology. So Aeterlink is providing a super long-range wireless powering technology. I mean, we can transmit the power more than 70 meters away. So let me introduce about our pre-founding history. So our CTO, Yuji Tanabe, was conducting a research about biomedical implant devices at the Stanford University. So look at this picture. This is the cardiac pacemaker we invented. So we insert this device through the catheter inside the heart and transmit the power from outside to inside the body. So this is our origin of our technology. So we many times publish our papers and cover the Nature, PRONAS, Science, like this international scientific journal. So we name this technology as AirPlug. So I mean, we can get power everywhere. So most outstanding features is that we can transmit more than 70 meters away. So we use this technology to 3 business domains now. one is for the factory automation, one is for the building management, and of course, biomedical implant devices. And we already on the mass production phase, factory automation and building management business. So that's why this year we start to the new business for logistics and retail business. So let me introduce about the factory automation business first. So have you ever been to the real manufacturing line? This is a manufacturing line. So there is tons of sensors, which is attached to the top of the robotic hand. And like every sensor is powered by cable. And the robotic hand keep moving very quickly. So that's why this cable breaks down. And this is the problem because, like productivity of the Toyota Motor Corporation per minute is about $20,000. 1 minute productivity is $20,000. So that's why once the cable breaks down, whole manufacturing line stops. This is a critical problem. So we replace from the wire type sensor to the fully wireless sensors. The business model, we just select one customer, two customers, and this global sensor company can penetrate to the all over the world. We are going to penetrate to 5 countries this year, including Japan, Korea, China, United States, and Canada. And next year, we can cover more than 30 countries. And also, So going to the next slide in the building management business. So one of the customers is, for example, the Mitsubishi Real Estate Company or Takenaka Construction Company. And those of the company ask us to use this technology for the building management, especially connecting with the AC, heatback system. So since the problem is since the sensor is only inside AC, there is a temperature gap from the ceiling and the people who are walking. So 2-meter differences is about 4-degree or 6-degree differences. So we set up a lot of the sensors, temperature, humidity, location, human detection, of course covered by wireless powering and connect with the heatback system. Then, so we did a POC with Mitsubishi Real Estate Company for 1 year, and we proved 26% of the CO2 reduction and the energy saving. So it's easy to sell because we just proposed 4.5 years ROI in Japanese market and 2-year ROI in United States market. So everyone buy this product. So we just launched last month this product, but we got more than $3 million purchase order. And triple, double, it's a high, rapidly growth. Because we just launched only Japanese domestic market, but we already accomplished a POC in the United States market. So next year, we start mass production in the United States market, and 2 years later, we are going to the European markets. So 2 years ago, we changed and made new regulation in domestic wireless powering rule regulation. We changed. And also this year, we made like a new agenda in the world radio communication in Dubai. So we are the leader of the wireless powering market and making. So we just accomplished Series B finance, more than $20 million US. And nowadays we have 70 professional members. So my last message is, so wireless powering technology is, we only just focus on the building management or like this, each industries. But finally, we would like to cover whole planet. So we can provide not as cutting edge of technology, but it's like a next common infrastructure technology. So this is an AirPlug, and this is an Aeterlink. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Iwasa, thank you very much. Now it's time for our Q&A. Watanabe-san, you have a question? Mic あります？ないかな？
Thanks for presentation. I've been following this wireless power transmission area for a while, and I've got to say your ability to transmit power wirelessly over 17 meters is really impressive. And plus the text flexibility with angles and movement really opens up a lot of possibilities. So when looking outside of Japan, which regions and industries are you focusing on as your top priorities in terms of for the next 1-2 years?
Okay, so for the globally, especially the building management business is a focus on the United States. Especially, actually, we are set up the branch in New York City in this September. And in terms of the building management business, factory automation business, we just target on the European market, especially Germany and French, and we got 4 LOI. from the FA company.
I think we have time for maybe one more question, really quickly.
Well, thank you very much. I think the business model and the product is very clear, but
Yeah.
my question is that wireless charging might have a lot of regulatory challenges in several countries, especially in Europe. So what's your go-to-market strategy to get approval, for example, in bad effect for the human body, something like that?
Okay, so actually, we can use wireless powering technology globally already. But so we just are doing the harmonized frequency to reduce our product numbers. So I mean, so your question is regulation. So I think so. The reason why we can use the wireless powering technology globally because we already have the RFID regulation. So it's almost the same regulation and pass through the regulation.
Okay, that's the end of our time for question and answer. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。皆様拍手お願いします。Right at 2 minutes. Okay. Kind of had to see the clock here from here. Okay, so we're going to now move on to our next presenter. Also under the theme of infrastructure, our second presenter is DRONAMICS Chief Revenue Officer, Mr. Gavin Gomes. Can we give him a big round of applause? 拍手お願いします。
Konnichiwa. I'm super excited to be here as part of SusHi Tech. Freight, as you know, is the global backbone of trade. And today, it really hasn't changed in over 100 years. We require bigger ships, bigger aircraft, bigger infrastructure, which is more costly and inefficient. And today, it still takes days, weeks, or even months to get freight from one place to another. In fact, sortation centers, multiple distribution centers and warehouses are a common problem, and together with labor shortages and issues around political tensions, our freight systems are inefficient. Meet DRONAMICS, the world's first drone cargo airline. We seek to democratize freight, particularly air freight, providing cheaper, cleaner and greener products and services for everyone, everywhere on the planet. Our aircraft is a uniquely built, purposely built drone cargo advanced air system which provides a unique service delivering freight closer to customers, closer than what you can today with traditional aircraft because we use underutilized assets in local airfields that big planes can't get to. Our aircraft holds 350 kilos of cargo, 3.5 cubic meters, which happens to be the same size as what fits in a delivery van, allowing us to move freight directly from an airport to a local community airport and deliver with a last mile delivery vehicle to that community with one car. It eliminates the need for distribution centers and for warehouses. We have our pilots who are commercially trained operating off drone ports. We will operate out of Greece, our first launch market. Together with our customers Hellman and Hellenic Post, we have over $200 million in advanced orders. And we've signed the world's first interline agreement with Qatar Cargo, allowing us to distribute freight from 96 destinations across the world, across Europe and the world through Qatar with one airway bill. It's a unique system that has never been done before. We will fly in Greece because we are licensed. We are fully licensed to operate in the EU. We will then expand into other markets such as the Middle East, where we have, together with our partners Aramex and the Strategic Development Fund, a sovereign development fund, agreed to build a factory to build 300 aircraft per annum to expand across the world. In addition to the launch markets of Greece and the UAE, we will also go later in 2025 to Australia, where in partnership with DHL, we will serve mining customers and manufacturing customers to deliver to the far reaches of Australia, including serving Indigenous people, giving people who have never had same-day delivery the first chance to do so. What we are particularly excited about is being in Tokyo. From Tokyo, we can reach Seoul, Taipei, Hong Kong, and many other parts of Asia. In fact, we are so excited because this is part of our global expansion plan in the Pacific, Asia, and the South Pacific. In fact, in Japan, from 4 strategic hubs, we can reach all of Japan in under 3 hours, establishing a regional feeder network to get to islands such as Okinawa on a regular scheduled same-day delivery service. In fact, we will use 92 airports because today only 8 airports are responsible for 80% of the freight delivered in Japan. So we think we can do much better and provide a ubiquity of service to all of the people and citizens of Japan. We are a sustainable business. Today, we have an aircraft that uses just 6 litres of unleaded gasoline per 100 kilometres. Yet, we will also use biofuel and synthetic fuels in the same engine. But further on, we are exploring hydrogen propulsion, and today have successfully tested hydrogen with a Subaru engine. We have 180 people in our business. It's a $1 trillion opportunity. They come from 32 different countries and speak the same amount of languages, coming from manufacturing, logistics, and aviation businesses across the world. Our next opportunity is to launch in Greece and, of course, establish commercial operations. We are looking forward to coming to Japan and other markets and coming to a drone port near you. We're excited to be in Japan and Tokyo to talk to investors, partners, suppliers, and of course customers, and look forward to a different future around logistics. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now it's time to move on to our Q&A. Do any of our judges have any questions? Okay, Mr. Kasada, if you will. Yes.
Can you tell me more about the use cases, like emergency, purposes or some other, conventional, retail, products or,
Yeah, absolutely. The initial use cases will be urgent medical equipment, urgent spare parts, fresh food, particularly in Greece. We'll be moving fresh produce from the island communities to the mainland and in reverse as well, reverse logistics as well. Those are some of the primary use cases. Our phase 1 will be B2B services. Our phase 2 will be marketplaces, example Rakuten, and phase 3 will be end-to-end e-commerce services as we establish a larger network of aircraft in the sky.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions? Okay, Susan?
What problem motivated you to start this company?
It was actually one of our key founders, Svilen and Konstantin Rangelov. He needed Bulgarian cheese and he was studying in London. So he was trying to figure out how do I get cheese to London, was unable to do so, and asked his brother, who's an economist, to figure it out, and DRONAMICS was born. It was simple as that.
Okay, any other questions? I think we have time for one more quick one, if we have any. All right, Kato-san, if you would.
Thank you for the presentation. I have got a question regarding the economics.
Yes.
And how much does it cost actually for the one flight and compared to the conventional transportation price? Is it still very high or?
So our objective is to provide the speed of air at the price of road. To give you an idea, we believe those economics are attainable. We've done some work in Japan, and based on the current prices of air freight in Japan, we can halve those or even further. So very cost effective because of the low fuel consumption and the high lift ratio and the utilization of unutilized infrastructure.
All right, that was DRONAMICS. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next presenter, also under the theme of infrastructure, LocationMind Incorporated CEO, Mr. Naoki Kiritani. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay, whenever you're ready, sir.
All right, thank you very much. So, hi SusHi Tech. It's a wonderful feeling out here. Thank you very much for this opportunity. So, let's begin. LocationMind is a location AI company from the University of Tokyo. So today, I want to talk about our geospatial generative AI. So as a location AI company, we handle massive location data, such as this. And these data help you enhance your ability to perceive the population around you. So for example, in the middle, you'll see that's actually our office in Akihabara. And we know that hundreds of thousands of people come here every day. And we know that every day is very, very unique. And whenever I talk in this kind of audience, I tend to choose like 1 or 2 people and ask you, where do you operate? Do you know this number? This might be your potential customer. Do you know this? And many times nobody knows this, and they're far off. And that's okay. You have us. We do this for you. So next, I'll talk about knowing the population. What's the impact? So knowing this is crucial to quantify and solve social issues. Social issues, social issues. Let me name a few examples. For example, Japan is an aging society. Does that impact your business? I think so. Another example, after COVID-19, everybody chose a new pattern to live. We chose to work from houses instead of going to offices from time to time. So does that impact your business? I think so. Last example, Japan is trying to transform itself into an eco-friendly environment. Does that impact your business? I hope so. I hope so. So social issues, every one of you are exposed to all these themes. Now, how do you think this works? So is this a threat to your company? Because many people think so. Or is this an opportunity? Excellent companies make this an opportunity. How do they do this? They look at the social issues. They try to find out how to solve them. What's the social issues? By definition, a social issues are problems caused by the people or the population. So you have to know this. Knowing this enables you to foresee your next business opportunities in a very large scale. That's why we are important. So these are a glimpse of what LocationMind analyzes. For example, for the Tokyoto, we do logistics crisis analytics, COVID-19, GHG reduction, anti-disaster, urban city developments. There's more to this where it comes from. So where do location data really come from? So location big data comes from your smartphones, GPS big data. We actually have access to over 40 countries worth of data. So we're not a Japanese company. We're an international operation. Data sometimes come from cars, over 80 countries. Big data comes from ships. They go global. Now, it's interesting to say that big data is still yet a small data. We get our data from the likes of the largest telecoms or the largest car companies in the world, and still their market share is something like this, really. And is this good enough for you when I tell you, I know this much data? No, it's not. No, it's not good enough. So that's why a generative AI approach, it will expand you to estimate the entire picture, like the 125 million people living in Japan, 80 million cars driving in Japan, or the 250,000 ships navigating throughout the world. This is what you want to know, and this is what you get from LocationMind. Also, the population is always moving or changing. No 2 days are exactly the same. So we also perform a time series generative AI where we know years into the past, know about what's happening now, and smartly think about the future. So now to the fun part. So generative AI was always for image and text. So we think, how about mobility? We might be your next big thing. It's a very big data set. You had text to image, text to text. But how about text to mobility? You will have the magic in your hands to analyze anything that happens in the physical, real world. Wouldn't that be a game changer? So this is a demo for you, and this is my last slide. So you can, in your own words, ask our models, whatever you want to analyze. We can give you our model, we can give you the data sets, and give you answers to this. These are very heavy analytics, but with LocationMind, it might be just a text away. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Now it is time to move on to our Q&A. Sugiyoto desu. Okay. Mr. Sohara?
Thank you very much. Can you elaborate a little bit about your business model?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So it's a subscription model of our data and the model. So for example, we get the data from the likes of NTT Docomo, Toyota, Hino Truck, the maritime people, and we crunch those data into a very highly added value and make it so that it's subscribable. When you continue your subscription, we can offer you data that is being added every time punctually. And once you finish that, it's over for you. Very simple.
With your text to mobility concept, how do you make sure your AI really gets the mobility data turns into useful solutions. Can you provide example of successful implementations or case studies?
Thank you very much, sir. So this is actually the cutting edge solution. We are competing with GAFA in doing this. In order to do a very fine, non-hallucinating, a very fine-tuned model, we have to do two things. One is to make a very large variety of libraries of the data models. Every model uses a different data sets. So we have to define which model you want and then give you the right answer. Of course, many things are tuning by tuning, and we do that in a very dorokusai way. But yes, competitive reinforcements in that zone can also be repeated in a transferred learning. So when you tune one model, it actually tunes the other. We have a foundation model and the industry model. So the foundation model, if you finish that, you can have massive upgrades to the industry models as well.
Okay, I think that's all the time we have for questions. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
LocationMind Incorporated.
Thank you,
Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next presenter, also under the theme of infrastructure, is his Kutros. And let's welcome the CSO, Ms. Zhang YuXin. 皆様大きな拍手お願いします。You ready to go? Take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited to be here in SusHi Tech. We are Deepctrls, the next generation of AI-powered energy efficiency platform. Oh, I think there must be something wrong with... There's something missing here, I think. Yeah.
Do you have a missing slide?
Yes. Sorry. I think the order is wrong, but now I think it's good. Yeah. So first, let's have a quick look about our company. So we are aimed to revolutionize the energy efficiency for manufacturing and data center customers, and also to help achieve the ESG and carbon neutral goal globally. Our team includes the senior scientist of UC Berkeley, the researcher from Siemens, and also the senior management from Atlas. We have just closed our Series B funding with $30 million raised and backed by leading capitals, including Sequoia, Source Code, and Tencent. And we have already enabled more than 200 global leading companies to help them achieve up to 40% of energy and cost saving, such as Canadian Solar, GE, TDK, BYD, etc. We are here to help our customers to solve two problems. The first is about sustainability, and the second is about cost reduction. So for sustainability, we can see that for all kinds of different countries globally, they have the net zero goal, and also we have the ESG requirement for those Fortune 500 companies. And also for cost reduction, our customers, they have high expense on the equipment upgrade and also have the concern for the safety. So a revolutionary product is needed to help our customers to conquer the challenges and shape the future of energy efficiency. So how we solve this problem? Our key products include both the software and the hardware. So for the hardware, we can provide a rapid adoption with more than 100 types of protocols integrated, and to have the precise control with up to 99% of control accuracy. And also for our software, it's actually powered by our MPC software, and it can address multiple electronic systems, especially the HVAC system and the air compressor system, and to help them achieve up to 40% of energy and cost saving. So our product has 4 key advantages. The first is that the one-stop solution. So we have both the HVAC system, the air compressor, and also the EMS and carbon footprint. And second, it can have the measurable saving. So you can just have a one-click switching and to do the real-time validation. And thirdly, it's the free trial. So for our customers, because they can pay with actual savings, so for customers, it's just zero investment and later capex. And fourthly, it's the stable and reliable, because the product is protected by the patented predictive maintenance model. So how we achieve this? It's actually backed by the model prediction control. It's called, so we combine both the AI and big data and also our understanding of all kinds of equipment to have the highly precisely prediction model so that we can have the output to control like the chiller unit, the chiller water pump, the cooling pump, and to help the equipment to running in an optimal way. So if we look at this picture, I think it can be more clear. So in those different kinds of traditional energy saving method, for example, the equipment upgrading, the expert experience, and also the pure AI passive work, they can have all kinds of, they can have some energy saving ratio, but there are still some potential of energy efficiency that waiting to be unlocked. And we are here to unlock the full potential of energy efficiency. So those are several cases. The first is ATL. It's the part of TDK, which is a Japanese listed company. And we help them to achieve up to 24% of energy saving. And for BOE, we achieved 8 million kilowatt of energy saving. And for this Canadian Solar in Thailand, as you can see, we have already expanded from China to Thailand to Vietnam and also now in Japan. So we are here to use our world-class AI technology to provide bioside energy service to save money, save energy, and save the planet. Thank you.
All right, that was Deepctrls. Now it's time to move on to our Q&A. Do we have any questions from the judges? Okay, Mr. Kawahara.
I just want to, understand more about the, what's the, installation, cost and the, restriction, when you apply your product to the actual, factories.
Yeah, okay. So actually, the installation cost is it depends on the equipment status now. So for those newly built factories, built within 5 years, actually there's no equipment cost for hardware, so it's only software, and we can help our customers to achieve, they can pay back within 2 years. And there's actually another business model, which is called EMC, the Energy Management Control, and they don't need to pay in advance, and they can pay by actual savings. So for this, actually the customers, they will have even a better ROI.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Susan?
Where's the company headquartered? Where are your servers? And are you able to sell in the United States and Europe?
Yeah, sure. So our headquarters is in China, in Nanjing, and now we have already have the office in Vietnam, in Thailand, and now we're planning to build the office in Japan. And also because we are providing the product to the manufacturing and data center customers, so where there has manufacturing factories and also where there have AI data centers, and where are we? So to answer your question, yes, we do plan to sell our product to the United States and also to Europe. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Unfortunately, that's all the time we've got for our Q&A. Thank you very much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Deepctrls. Arigatou gozaimashita. All right, moving on to our next presenter. Also, this is under our next category, under the theme of environment. Entomal Biotech co-founder and chief commercial officer, Ms. Yanni Ching. Let's give her a round of applause. Hakushi de onegai kudasai. Anytime you're ready.
Hi, my name is Yanni, the co-founder and chief commercial officer of Entomal Biotech. People sometimes know me as a fly lady because at Entomal, we breed flies and turn waste into wealth. Now, we're not just an ordinary company, we're a biotech trailblazer. Our breakthrough solution can mitigate climate change, turn waste into wealth, and most importantly, enhance food security for all. Now, picture this. Every day in Malaysia, 17,000 tons of food waste goes to landfill. With a very similar population size as Tokyo City alone, Malaysia 34 million, Tokyo I believe 32 million. This is the amount of carbon emission that we're generating on a daily basis. And if it was a country, this would actually be the third largest emission contributor, right after US and China. So with a solution powered by this incredible insect called black soldier fly, we can turn that waste into wealth. But we're not just about saving the environment. This is also a market worth billions. Globally, we're spending $70 billion on treating food waste. Southeast Asia accounts for 8, and our goal is to capture 240 million by the next decade. And here's the exciting part. We can also effectively offset 96% of the carbon emission. So how do we exactly do that? In just 7 days, all we need is a spoonful of the baby larvae to turn 1 ton of food waste into 2 valuable resources: high-protein animal feed and nutrient-rich fertilizers. And in order to do that, we've come up with 2 approaches: a decentralized container to treat waste at source, and a centralized biowaste conversion plant to treat large volumes of food waste. Now, housed in a shipping container is what we call as the EMBC, Entomal Mobile Bioconversion System. Treating up to a ton of food waste per month is suitable for locations like communities, hotels, schools, and corporates. And by getting our clients to pay us on a monthly subscription service basis, they'll also be able to get a carbon report to align with their ESG goals, as well as getting tax incentives from the government. But the real magic happens in our centralized biowaste conversion plant. By setting up this 15 tons per day plant, it will allow us to generate revenue from waste tipping fees, selling the downstream products, and even looking at offering carbon credits. To date, we've secured partners, especially coming from waste streams, from supermarkets, Aeon, which is a Japanese brand, shopping malls, as well as city councils. We've also secured partners for off-taking of our insect protein with chicken producers, as well as fertilizers company. Now, why black soldier fly in the first place? Because this is the only solution that can treat food waste with an economics of scale. Entomal is the only company who can make this happen. Other black soldier fly companies are mostly focused on the downstream products, but our story is different. We have built this from the ground up. And also with the interesting business model, being able to produce insect protein that is half the market price. So, we've been trusted by international clients coming from Taiwan, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, and even being the mastermind behind South Korea's net zero mission. We're also here in Japan to actively seek for partners to do the same. So if the world believes in us, so can you. We've been profitable since day one, making millions from our international clients, with 4.2 million worth of projects lining up in the next 2 years, as well as working with world's largest crude palm oil producer, FGV, to turn their palm oil waste into sustainable animal feed. And now we're entering an endless market with our EMBC. You will see it especially in hotel chains, property developers, and also amusement parks in Malaysia. We're also looking to validate our central plant in Malaysia, not Silicon Valley, but the Klang Valley in Malaysia. And we're now here looking for $1 million to path us towards treating 2,000 tons of food waste per day and expand our global footprint on sustainable waste management. We have a scalable growth that can drive impact globally. To date, we've made over $1 million, and it's projected to 3x our revenue growth this year. You must be wondering, who are the people behind this vision? We're a multi-award winning team with a solid international track record. With over 30 years of working experience, as well as 15 years in the black soldier fly industries, our vision is a world where every scrap of organic waste becomes a lifeline for our food supply chain. Next year, by the end of it, we will be able to turn 5 Olympic size of food waste into resources, preventing emission that will require almost 1 million trees to capture, all whilst nurturing 500,000 chickens and putting 4,000 tons of food on our tables. Remember, this is just the beginning. Be the change you and I wish to see in the world, and join us on this impactful and exciting journey. Again, my name is Yanni. We're Entomal, the fly breeders that turns waste into wealth. Thank you.
All right, that was Entomal Biotech. Okay, now to move on to our Q&A. So Hara-san, if you're ready to go.
Thank you, Yanni. I like your B2B approach. And my question is, what's your manufacturing strategy? You wanted to like a co-manufacturer? You wanted to own the plant by yourself?
Yeah. So with our existing business models right now, we basically come in as a tech solution provider for all these players around the region, around Asia as well. We don't own them. But right now, we have an existing state government partnership, especially on the Borneo side of Malaysia, to work with the state government and establish a chicken farming industry. So we will come in to turn the palm oil waste and eventually be able to supply to the chicken feed industry. So that's the part that we co-own. And also with the food waste management, that's the part that we will own fully ourselves as well. And in terms of scalability, we're also looking for JV partnerships. It can be, say for example, an engineering company that we can scale up together across Malaysia as well as across Asia. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Susan, do you have a question?
For the food waste portion of the business, is the input stream, does it have to be, what is the sortation that needs to go into the input stream, and what all in terms of other types of materials, packaging, plastics, PFAS, can the BSF handle at this point? And are you looking into other insect types? I
Yes.
noticed your team is very BSF focused.
Yes, we are in fact very BSF focused. We're not necessarily looking at other waste, other insects to do it at the moment, mainly because black soldier fly, first of all, is certified internationally to not be a pest. It's very safe around human beings. And secondly, the short life cycle makes it a very effective process for us to produce high protein and high value downstream products. We are also looking at doing a lot of R&Ds for the high value products coming from cosmetics products, pharmaceutical products. And in terms of the first part of the question was about, sorry again, the
Packaging,
waste,
plastics,
yes.
and PFAS.
Yes. As you can see from our list of clients at the moment, these are large corporates or at least an established corporation where commercial kitchens rather than being a community kitchens.
Okay, I'm sorry,
because we
time's
wanna-
up.
Yes.
That's
yes.
our 2
I'll-
minutes. Thank you very much.
Happy to answer that later on. Thank
All right,
you
ladies and
very much.
gentlemen, a round of applause. Entomal Biotech, thank you. Okay, moving on to our next presenter. This is also under the category of environment. Let's welcome Cool Innovation Incorporated COO, Mr. Dan Chang. 皆様拍手お願いします. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, Dan, anytime you're ready, take it away.
Thank you for your time. My name is Dan Chen from Cool Innovation, and I'm here to introduce you to Fresh Anywhere. That's transforming the fresh goods supply chain by enabling 10x of preservation time, 50% energy use, and 5x ROI, and so on. So let's jump into the actual results first. So this is Tachotome strawberry stored in our environment at 0 degrees Celsius and 95% humidity. At day 26, the texture, appearance, and taste remain unchanged from day 1. To measure the freshness of the grapes, you need to look at the stems. After 3 months, it's still firm and green. And this is Japanese pear stored for 5 months without any packaging. The weight decrease is quite normal for the long-term preservation, but we managed to only 8% decrease. Chestnuts are extremely sensitive to the dryness. But in our environment, even after 6 months, they're still firm and fresh. We bought these flowers from local flower shop, store them for a month, and the result is quite refreshing, as if they just woke up from the hibernation. And these are sweets we stored for 1 week. Usually you will throw them out, but we ate it deliciously without any consequences afterwards. This is a storage house from one of our customers to keep lettuces fresh up to 45 days. And these lettuces were there for 2 weeks, and it's definitely the level of freshness that you pick at a supermarket. We store them at a 5-degree and also 95% humidity. With such a high humidity, our cardboard boxes is still dry. Why? Because the humidified air particle is so small, they don't get stuck into the cardboard. This is the apple we stored for 11 months. Apologies for my ugly face, but they're still crunchy and delicious. I mean the apples, not my face. And for persimmon, cauliflower, edamame, we store for 1.5 months. So, how is it possible? Unfortunately, we don't have the time to go through all the details, but in a nutshell, we're able to utilize the water cooling method instead of air cooling, which is traditionally people are using right now. So we can achieve the low temperature, high humidity, and high energy efficiency. You don't have to trust my words. You can trust the facts and our customers. We have installed more than 60+ units in Japan, Philippines, and Thailand. By the end of the year, we'll be ready for mass production. And clearly, the problem we're solving is food loss, specifically for roots and tubers and fruits and vegetables. According to United Nations, their food loss rate is about 60%. And we focus on the post-harvesting, processing, and distribution. Combined, about 33% of food loss. So here's a case study in the Philippines we've done before. From Benguet to Manila to Palawan. It's about more than 1,000 kilometers distance. And we preserve them for 19 days. 1.5 tons of goods and 18 different vegetables. The results, we are able to reduce the food loss from 40% down to 4.5%. And most of them remained Class A, which has much, much higher economic value, and they couldn't get it before. We only use half of the energy, and the customer can reduce the cost by $2,100 just for that one trip only. So the economic value for them is much, much higher. And our products are container types and units for warehouses and small storages. By the end of the year, we'll launch a solution for trucks. Our business model primarily involves subscription, leasing, and professional services. The founder and CEO has 4 decades of experience in refrigeration and holds about 100 patents. The CFO has 10 plus years in investing and startup incubation. Me, as a serial entrepreneur and business professional, I used to work for Fortune 500 companies such as Amazon. So the impact we're making is quite obvious. Socially, economically, and also environmentally, is huge. Now we're working with enterprises, governments, research institutes, and also logistics companies to make this happen. But we need more like-minded people and organizations to achieve the goal. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you very much. Let's move on to our Q&A. Anyone have a question? Okay, Kato-san.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you tell me a bit more about what is the core technology, and is it proprietary to your company?
Yes, we actually have patents, several patents around our core technology. So let me give a really brief intro about how it works. So usually traditional air cooling, they use in the air. So whatever warehouse you go in, you can feel the wind, right? And because of wind, there's no way they can maintain the humidity everywhere the same in the environment. If you try to put some mist, then actually they're gonna damage those vegetables and fruits. This is why the food loss rate for vegetables and fruits are so high, okay? But what we do is we actually use the heat exchange principle from the water, make it to the air form, and we don't blow them out. We actually have a double ceiling, like 2 layers of ceilings. Those humidified air will gradually fall down from the top instead of using a fan to blow them out. So that's really brief. But instead of the energy consumption, I can give you more like an understandable example. If you go to sauna, you can be there up to 100 degrees Celsius, it's fine. But if you're going to a mist sauna, you'll burn yourself, right? That's because the energy efficiency to bring up the temperature or lower down the temperature in a water form is much, much better. And we are able to use that method instead of the air cooling method to reduce the energy consumption by half. ちなみに日本語も話せますんで、もし質問がありましたら後ほどでもお願いします。
All right, thank you very much. That brings to a close our Q&A. Cool Innovation Incorporated, thank you very much. All right, moving on to our next presenter, also under the theme of environment. This is BUYO, Bioplastics Company Limited CEO and co-founder, Ms. Hanh. Let's give her a round of applause. 拍手でお迎えください. And if you're ready, just jump on into it.
Hey, konnichiwa. I'm Hanh, co-founder and CEO of BUYO. We all know how a plastic bottle looks like, but do you know the story behind it? Every day, we throw out 1.5 billion plastic bottles to the environment, and only 10% of this can be recycled. 90% will stay in the environment, for 500 years. Each bottle contains 240,000 nanoplastics with over 100 harmful chemicals. These forever chemicals are linked to many health issues like infertility, hormone disruption, or even cancers. Governments around the world have realized a series of plastic crisis and are coming up with bans of single-use plastics. Most major corporations are also phasing out plastics from their supply chains. Both the macro policy and the corporate ESG agenda are creating a strong market driver for alternative material to replace plastics. This is a multi-billion-dollar market. At BUYO, we are a pioneering deep tech company to convert bio-waste into a new bio-based and biodegradable biomaterial to replace plastics. We own 2 patented technologies. The first technology is biofermentation technology that we use bio-waste as a nutrition source to grow our bacterial strains, and from there they create a new biomaterial for applications in the medical, cosmetic, and textile sectors. The second technology we own is the material engineering technology that we compound bio-waste with other biopolymers to create a biocomposite for packaging applications. Our material is suitable for various applications, including consumer goods, for example, cutleries, tableware, straw, shopping bags, wrapping films, industrial applications like pallets, cake cap, automobile components, and also biomaterial in medical, cosmetic, and textile sectors. The key selling points of our material is first, it's made from bio-waste, not from starch. So we save starch for food, and it contains 0 microplastics, safe for health. Second, unique selling point is fully biodegradable in the environment in 1 year instead of 500 years. Third, it offers low carbon footprint because we upcycle waste and bring them back into the circular economy. And finally, it's more cost competitive than most other biomaterials in the market. We have won numerous international awards and recognition. We are the champion at TechFest Vietnam, the biggest tech and innovation contest in Vietnam. We are the first company from Southeast Asia selected into the 100+ accelerator program hosted by the 4 MNCs, AB InBev, Coca-Cola, Unilever, and Colgate-Palmolive. We are also the top 5 finalists in sustainability at South by Southwest. Also the finalists, semi-finalists at SusHi Tech, under the top 10 waste management innovation initiatives selected by the Singaporean government, one of the 10 companies selected to showcase our technology at the World Future Energy Summit in Dubai, etc. Our team is comprised of experienced founders and the leading scientists in the areas of biotech and chemical engineering. We are operating a modern manufacturing facility in Vietnam, and we are prepared to scale up by 10 times next year. We have built a firm partnership with multi-billion-dollar companies, including AB InBev, Mondelez, Ferrero, Unilever, and others. And we have the distribution network in the European market, USA market, and Asian markets. And this morning, we just talked to the Tokyo government about expanding into the Japanese office. We have raised 750K so far. We are planning to raise a pre-A round by the end of this year, scale up by 10 times next year. We own 3 patents in pipeline, and we are planning to hit 1 million revenue by the end of this year. We are living in a world of abundance of material possessions. Together, could we build abundance of care? If you believe that we should do something for our generations, for our future generations, please join us. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now it's time for our Q&A. Do any of our judges have a question? Okay, Watanabe-san.
I see from your website that you already have an office in US and you have US customers, you said. And could you share how you successfully engaged your customers in US pharmacy?
Yeah, I just came back from the US last month, and I think that going green is a very big trend in the US now, especially we target the top corporate partners like Mondelez. Also, we are talking to some other like smaller brands in the US, especially the brand who focus on lifestyle, green lifestyle, and sustainability.
Thank you. Also, you have a partner in the US.
Yeah, we have the sales partner in the US.
Okay. Any other questions from our judges? Okay, just isn't.
I'll ask a question. I'm wondering what sorts of non-dilutive financing have you explored for further build out of your manufacturing infrastructure?
Yeah, besides fundraising from financial investor, we also talk to different financial institutions for that financing. And also we are confident that with the revenue coming in this year from new markets that we are expanding to, we can grow organically as well. So not just the fundraising from funds from VC investors is just a small part of our financing plan.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any other questions? If not, we'll bring to a close our Q&A. All right, thank you very much. 皆様改めて拍手お願いします。Bioplastics, thank you. Okay, now moving on to our last presenter for this portion of the program. This is also under the theme of environment. Let's welcome to the stage Fermenstation Company Limited CEO, Ms. Lina Sakai. 皆様拍手お願いします。Come on to the stage. And if you're ready, go ahead and get started.
Yes, I'm ready. Hello, everyone. I'm Lina, founder and CEO of Fermenstation. We transform food waste to biofood ingredients and make money by replacing existing petrol-derived ingredients. Most of the food that we eat every day contain lots of petrol-derived ingredients. It's in snacks, ice cream, drinks, and everywhere, used for flavors, coloring, and other functional purposes. And to reduce the environmental burden, the world is looking for ingredients that is sustainable, natural, and also functional. The market is rapidly growing. The global market for bio-based materials is expected to grow up to $87 billion market. But in order to meet this growing demand, we have to consider how and where we make these sustainable ingredients. Fermentation have a different approach. We focus only on the food waste. 30% of the food produced worldwide is wasted. It generates 10% of the greenhouse gases, almost 5 times over the aviation sector. We have discovered a way to turn food waste to food ingredients with better sensory experience. And actually, it is far better than a replacement. Fermentation upcycling platform is a solution. We first take food waste and dissolve with enzyme and ferment with microorganisms and make the biomaterials of our choice that can be used for many industries such as food and beverage, cosmetics, and chemistry. Let me show you an example. Coffee grounds are one of the most annoying food waste, and it's actually hard to handle. There are 60 tons of coffee grounds landfilled or burnt every year, emitting harmful greenhouse gases. But with our innovating technology, we turn coffee grounds into lactone. Lactone is an ingredient typically made from petroleum, and it's commonly used for food as additives. It tastes like milk or meat or peaches, and a really commonly used item. But what we can do is far more than a coffee grounds. By spending over a year, we have achieved and made a database that can make us possible to utilize over 100 different kinds of biomass. And by utilizing our enzyme and microbiome library, we come up with the best design. We are a one-stop shop, not just a labo, but actually we have a factory operation in place with global certifications. We are already doing the manufacturing, and actually by the end of the year, this year, we are expecting to expand our capacity. And customers like us and pay us because what we make are, 1, tastes good, and it has clean label, and 3, no regulation. They can use immediately because it's not subject to any new regulations. It's non-GMO technology. And you can actually measure the taste. This is one example showing the lactone that we produce, 7 times more at the concentrates compared from the conventional fermented milk drink. We have a right traction. The revenues are growing rapidly, and mainly coming from the Japanese corporations, but actually right now we are talking with the global US and also French corporations to make for certain materials. These are our achievements and some of our clients. We've been working to make good use of their food waste, or sometimes we source them to make the ingredients from the food waste. Our path to growth is clear. We start from platform business, providing our R&D service, and then manufacture for them. And this is where we are now. And by year 2026, we will be providing the material at large and to be the global leading provider of these ingredients. This is our team with business and technology background that can make all this happen. And we are proud to be a B Corp and achieve both business growth and social impact. Our system is truly circular with no downstream. The more we do, the better for the community and the environment. I'm here today to find the potential partner to achieve a really, truly circular economy. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's move on to our Q&A. Do any of our judges have any questions? Oh,じゃあ川原さん. Could you hand in the mic, please? Thank you.
So who is actually, sell your products? Who is, going to sell your products? Are you in charge of selling the final products, or your clients, responsible for the final products?
Okay, let me show you our business model. Right now, most of the clients that are paying us are like large corporations who want to utilize their food waste and make the new ingredients, or like a cosmetic company who want to have the new ingredients using the other people's food waste. So that's why we are being paid for research and development, and also because we have factory, we are selling the material to them. And what they do is they take the ingredients, make their original drinks or food or cosmetics. But eventually, our clients will not simply like the one-to-one customers, but not just doing the one-to-one services, but we will be providing the selling the ingredients at large. To that case, it might be like a wholesaler, or the people buying the food ingredients, additives, or the cosmetic ingredients.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We have probably time for one more, okay?
I think the precision fermentation is becoming the mainstream in this field, but what is your technology readiness level?
It's actually almost ready. I'm simply saying, making the ingredients itself, it's just ready. And though you say precision fermentation, but actually it's a traditional fermentation that we use, so it's non-GMO. So we don't need to worry about all the regulations. And actually I have my samples here that, so the final touch will be talking with the customers. They're trying to discuss how they want to use it, how they want to add it. So almost I think it's okay to say we are done.
All right, thank you very much. And that concludes our Q&A. 皆様拍手お願いします. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Fermenstation. All right, so that concludes our first 8 presentations for today. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be getting started back in just a few moments, so please stay close by. For those of you, if you're going to be leaving, please be sure to return your simultaneous interpretation devices to our staff. Also inside the venue, we have a few exhibitions showcasing products and services from the startups you're going to see here today, including those that are going to be, as I said, presenting later on after this, and who have already presented here today as well. So we encourage you to please take a moment and take a look around. So we'll resume shortly, and we'll see you back in just a few moments. Thank you. ありがとうございました。すいません、たびたび今入った情報によると、1分後に再開しますのでよろしくお願いします。So we're actually get started. I was just told in 1 minute, so it's not really much of a break, but we'll see you back then. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to get back to our semifinal pitches. Our 9th to 16th companies will be presenting in just a moment. As you have already probably heard, the winning company tomorrow will be receiving a prize of 10 million Japanese yen, among other prizes from our sponsors. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our next presenter right away, continuing on under the theme of environment. Our next presenter is from Cogo, Japan, GK, Japan Country Head, Mr. Kaz Udagawa. Let's give him a round of applause. Onegaishimasu.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kaz Udagawa. I'm a Japan country head, New Zealand-based fintech startup, Cogo. I'll be speaking on behalf of Josh Dry, who's supposed to be here today. Our mission is to empower millions of individuals and businesses with the ability to measure and reduce and report on the carbon emissions by banking and accounting platforms. So first, please watch our video introducing how we are making this happening.
At Cogo, we're on a mission to empower hundreds of millions of individuals and businesses worldwide to measure, understand, and reduce their impact on the climate. Because we believe we owe it to future generations to leave them a fairer and more sustainable world. We want to help everyone better understand how every transaction they make affects the climate crisis. And to do this in time to prevent runaway climate change, we need to deliver positive action at scale. We work with large organizations such as banks to reach millions of customers and drive change on a global level. And our carbon methodology is verified and assured by Deloitte and reviewed annually. Our personal and business carbon manager products calculate your customer's footprint and empower them to take action to reduce their impact, whilst seamlessly integrating with banking platforms. Working with leading carbon experts, such as Professor Mike Berners-Lee, we measure footprints by using regularly updated market-specific emissions factors, combined with best-in-class mapping capabilities, ensuring the most accurate carbon data on the market. We turn research data and user experience findings into powerful insights that help your customers better understand their impact. And our research team uses behavioral science and nudge theory to give your customers personalized recommendations to reduce their carbon emissions. With over 10 years' experience in sustainability and our flexible, technical and proven scalable solutions in market, we think we're best placed to support you on the next phase of your sustainability journey. Find out how Cogo can take your bank to the next level by contacting us for a demo. Be on the right side of history. Cogo.
Yes, we are currently working with more than 18 global banks to adopt our solutions, and with many partners to allowing for focus on the customers' sustainability journey. And also we have access to the over 100 million individuals globally to providing them carbon insight and the reduction solutions to adapt. So we are leading the world on the personal carbon management because we use the most credible, market-specific, and the spend-based emission factor for every country we deploy in. And we are also using the proven behavior science techniques to change individual and business behavior, not ethically nudging them towards the personalized climate action too. And finally, we count these climate actions into banking, loans, and sustainability solutions to close the loop on the decarbonization journey. And there are a population of about 125 million people in Japan, and our average adoption rate of over 10% of the personal retail bank customers, and 11 kg of average reduction of the carbon emissions. So in Japan alone, we could save 1.65 million tons of CO2. That is equivalent to 250,000 return flights from Auckland to Tokyo. So if you're supporting Cogo, you are supporting the global decarbonization economy. So let's go change the world together. Let's Cogo. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Cogo Japan. So let's get started with our Q&A. All right, Mr. Sohara.
Well, thank you very much. I came from the Europe. Europe has so many products. I mean, developing the calculation and visualization of the footprints. So my question is, what is the uniqueness to let your end user individual to make an action after knowing your carbon footprint?
Okay, thank you very much. Our uniqueness is to using the market-specific and the spend-based emission factors for each market we are deploying in. And the one thing, and also we are not just providing the calculation outcome to the customer. We are utilizing, or we are effectively providing the nudge for recommendation for our customers to better spending behaviors or leading to the sustainable actions.
All right, do we have any other questions? Kato-san?
What is the incentive for the retail consumers to use that solution? What is the motivation? What is the incentive?
Okay, so far, to my understanding, there's no such easy and convenient solution for the individual like us to automatically see the carbon footprint on your own, and then during the customer interface, customers automatically understand what is the impact associated with spending patterns or your lifestyle cause the impact. Then, giving you a nudge or giving you the insight or the carbon, the customer will automatically, gradually changing their way on spending or making a decision for purchases.
All right, thank you very much. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for Q&A. Thank you once again, Cogo Japan.
Thank you.
ありがとうございました。皆様拍手お願いします。All right. Okay, moving on to our next presentation, also under the theme of environment. Let's welcome to the stage Asuene Incorporated's co-founder and COO, Mr. Yoshihiro Iwata. 皆様拍手でお迎えください. Here we go. Anytime you're ready. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm CEO of Asuene. Today I'm excited to talk about how companies take action to climate change and our solutions. We started in business in 2019, and we have raised over $40 million from investors such as Salesforce Ventures and GMO Ventures, Sony Ventures. And Nishiwada and I co-founded these companies, and he has 15 years experience for M&A and new business development for decarbonization. And I entered Keyence, and after that, I entered a consulting company as sustainability consultant. And many brilliant people gathered to solve climate change. And we are awarded many organizations, such as Ministry of Environment and Economy and Aeterlink qualified software. And we work closely with different associations to lead decarbonization, SBTi, and we joined COP 27 and 28 and IFRS sustainability members. And this is our traction. After 30 months from the launch, we attracted 5,000 customers in Asia. This is #1 carbon accounting platform in Asia. And please take a look at the left graph. That line shows global CO2 emissions, and the blue line shows average global temperature. And there are positive correlation between two, IPCC said. And now companies are required to disclose GHG emissions right now. And now listed companies have to disclose scope 1, 2, 3 emissions. And the scope 1 is very simple. They natural gas, electricity, or vehicles they use, in-house emissions. But scope 3, there are 15 items there, and procurement, transportation, and customers. There are lot of problems to calculate. And by that, many big buyers need their suppliers to reduce or disclose GHG emissions. So Toyota needs their suppliers 3% GHG reduction per year. And Apple committed they have to change their suppliers' electricity to 100% renewable energy by 2030. But there are many problems to calculate GHG emissions. The first, data. It takes time to collect and calculate data. And the second, knowledge. They don't know how to calculate GHG emissions. And the report, it takes time and effort for disclosures. There are many problems. And we provide many solutions to solve these kind of problems. So Asuene is GHG calculator, and Asuene ESG means ESG data management. And the Carbon EX is carbon credit market, exchange market. And we have 5,000 customers in Japan, so Sony, Nintendo, and UCC. We are working with many major Japanese companies. And this is our platform. Our platform highly rated by existing customers. Everyone can easily calculate and manage and report their GHG emissions. And we have 100 decarbonization partners, so customers can buy EMS, LED, solar, and EV through our app stores. And we have a carbon credit marketplace. Now, 1,000 companies are registered in this marketplace, and they can buy credit and sell credit through our market. And on carbon credit market, we will grow 100x, 70 to 30 gigaton by 2050. So now we are advancing to Asia. So Singapore office opened in 2022, and the US office opened last year. And we will be #1 carbon platform from Japan. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's move on to our Q&A. I think Watanabe-san had his hand up first. Okay.
If you have any challenges you've encountered while expanding overseas, or if there are specific partners you hope to collaborate with in Singapore or US, please share them on this stage. And can you tell us more about the specific challenge that you're facing during your international expansions?
Okay, thank you. So this business regulation is very important. So Singapore or Thailand has regulation to disclose GHG emissions. So it's not so problem. But for example, Vietnam or there are no regulation to disclose GHG emission. So now we collaborate with Ministry of Economics and to export Japanese regulations now. So it's very challenging.
Okay. Susan?
You're only as good as your data. And so I'm wondering, for industrial clients that might have hundreds or thousands of upstream suppliers, how are you actually doing the carbon accounting that's beyond transaction-based, since transaction spend can vary based on market prices, and it's not actually an accurate reflection of the actual emissions generated? I'm wondering how you go beyond that sort of baseline level with your platform.
Thank you. So now company is calculating the using secondary data, and now they advancing their supply chain data. So they use our platform to send questionnaire to suppliers, and our platform can collect their data and using primary data. So it's now Sony. We help Sony to collect primary data from supply chain now.
All right, thank you. I think that's all the time we have for our Q&A. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Asuene Incorporated. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, now on to our next presentation. I love the name of this startup. Also, under the theme environment, this is the Wright Brothers Global Head, Ms. Jeong-Yoon. Let's give her a warm welcome. Here you are. Oh, there she is. Minasan, hakushu onegai shimasu. And as soon as you're ready to go, get started.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jeong-Yoon from Wright Brothers. Giving new life to bicycles. Hello, we are Wright Brothers, a bicycle vertical platform creating a green movement for sustainable cities. Today, more than 130 million bicycles are produced every year. At least 1 billion bicycles are used at this moment. But over 15 million bicycles are sent to junkyards every year. From children to the elderly, regardless of their backgrounds, more than 50% of the world's population knows how to ride a bicycle. This is the power of a bicycle. These are the main concerns in secondhand trading: fraud, quality, price. This applies the same in used bicycle trades. Today, we're going to change that. We're revolutionizing the bicycle secondhand market. There has been no standards, no education, no certification. Bicycle secondhand trading is different from any other secondhand trading because it might endanger the buyer's life. That's why quality is important. To solve these problems, we made a smarter solution, a bicycle platform for safe, sustainable, and manageable trade, certification, and service. We give trust to our customers by external and internal testings, and we give multiple services such as finance, insurance, aftercare, and warranty. Non-destructive inspection, NDI, is our unique technology. Through NDI, we find the slightest cracks, stamping, and repair histories of various materials such as aluminum, carbon, and steel. The more inspections we do, the smarter our NDI tech becomes. We have the largest amount of NDI bicycle data in the world, and this technology obtained patent in the US, Japan, and Korea. And not just NDI, we give professional mechanic inspection, 12 matrices for exterior, 20 matrices for performance. This is the most detailed examination in the world. We are doing all the second-hand parts we can do, and people love it. We have positive feedbacks, and some say that we are going to take over the second-hand bicycle market. And not just used bicycles, we also sell new bicycles. C2C, rehabilitated bicycles, insurance, BNPL. We even give our detailed NDI results and applied bicycle-specific filters. And we're constantly collecting data, and over 50,000 purchase data, 9,000 certified used bicycle sales, approximately $29.5 million of C2C used bicycle sales. All these data are all used to make the bicycle residual value calculation. We are tackling the whole bicycle value chain, regeneration, certification, etc. We do it all. We are creating a sustainable bicycle ecosystem. If you want to buy bikes, you can buy used, new, or rent a bike. And while riding, you can have carbon offset credit, insurance, purchase components. If you want to sell your bicycles, you can sell through trade-in, a rental, C2C, or you could just directly sell to us. We gain recognition and is working with Seoul City. This project was to facilitate the sales of rehabilitated bicycles in our platform. This project received a presidential award for promoting bicycle use. The problem of bicycles not being used is not just a problem in Seoul. It's a universal problem in megacities like Tokyo. So we will expand this project globally and increase our positive impacts. This is just a small part of what we do. We are and will prevent all the problems when riding bicycles. And we do not stop here. the data we gathered, we can expand our business to insurance and green fintech. So how do we do it? By leveraging NDI and all those data we have, we are already working with Lotte Insurance in Korea, and our carbon offset just begun to sell. This is our team, and most of our team members are avid cyclists themselves. With our data-led solutions, we will create positive impacts through bicycles. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now it's time to move on to our Q&A. All right, Mr. Sawada, you're up.
Quick question, how long have you been collecting the data from that?
We've been collecting data, it's been 3 years.
How did you get? I mean...
Yeah, we have a platform, so from that platform, we all have the data. It's from the platform.
Okay, any other questions? Mr. Kawahara? Can someone grab him a mic, please? Thank you.
Well, who are the actual, user profile, age or gender, of your customer?
Oh, our target members, our
Oh,
target
yeah,
customers.
okay, potential. So
Okay.
you are not, actually providing service right now?
We are providing service, and right now our main customers are like avid cyclists because they have premium bicycles. That's why they use the NDI testings because it's premium bicycles. But now we are trying to expand to more cheaper bicycles because like more than 50% of the world's population rides the simple bicycles. So we are trying to expand to those targets.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we still have some time for any other questions. Any other questions?
Can you also, ask about the kind of average price, per bicycle?
Before it was about like I don't know in yen, but like 50,000. Now it's average 50,000 yen, and before it was about 100,000 yen.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, that's all the time we have for our Q&A. Thank you very much. That was Wright Brothers. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, now time for our next presenter. Also, under the theme of environment, this is Medictor Global Business Developer, Ms. Veronica Mancasola. Let's give her a round of applause. Hakushi de obukai kudasai. Come on to the stage. And whenever you're ready to get started, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Arigatou gozaimasu. My name is Veronica, and I'm part of the Medictor business development team. Globally, we're trying to solve an unsolved problem. So think about when you have symptoms, when you feel bad, when you feel a bit sick. You're looking for an immediate answer, and you're seeking an immediate answer on reliable sources such as Google and ChatGPT. You look for symptoms, and you got the wrong answer on whether to go next. And usually people doing this unassisted self-triage, what are doing are just going and ending up in emergency rooms and hospitals. Why is this a problem? Because we know that only a small percentage, around 30 or 40% of people going into emergency rooms are really urgent cases. So what about the rest of the people? Well, Medictor is driving those patients to the right level of care. Right now, we are the most sophisticated and advanced AI-based medical chatbot for triage and pre-diagnosis. How does Medictor look like? It's like a conversation with your physician. The user starts in a chatbot, inserting and describing the symptoms, and our natural language processing technology will analyze and process the described symptoms. We'll start asking questions and suggested related symptoms, and at the end of this evaluation, what we provide is a list of possible diseases and conditions, a level of urgency, but most importantly, what we're going to do is drive them to the next action. So we connect with a recommendation schema and the next action to take. How is it based? It's very simple. Depending on the service of our customers, what we are doing is delivering them depending on the level of urgency, whether it's low or higher, and of course, and the type of diseases. When it comes to Medictor, it's very important to highlight our natural language processing technology because it gives a different user experience, meaning that the user can really ask and describe with multiple symptoms all at once, describing using their own words, no matter the level of literacy or typos, and this is available in 18 languages. Medictor built these from scratch. We own our technology. We build the medical database, now included around 1,000 diseases and conditions. The machine learning techniques allow us to learn from each evaluation new pathways. And of course, it's a supervised learning model, meaning that we not only have internal medical team, but also we are clinically validated and supervised externally by third parties. We also build a talking avatar, which makes it easier for the experience, from the user experience perspective. It's like a human-like conversation, and it's very intuitive. As a software as a service, we provide it as a white label, meaning that we can customize not only the layout, but also the recommended action. It's easy to integrate any interface in only 4 weeks. And you will be asking probably, why Medictor? Right now, as a digital health tool, what we provide is a reliable source, a reliable solution, clinically validated, and we have 10 years of this experience. We proved this with clinical trials made with real patients and held by third parties. And when we integrate with our customers, we want to make sure that our solution is going to be profitable. So we really work hard on the return on investment part. We are serving different industries. Our target right now are health insurance companies, of course, clinical and hospitals, pharmaceutical industry, and telemedicine platforms. I can show you later, case by case, which are our success cases and demonstration. When it comes to health, Spain and Japan, unfortunately, share this fast aging population problem. So we want to make sure that the most people are going to use it. So we provide some natural language processing, the human-like conversation, accessibility features that make it easier to be used by everyone, no matter some disabilities or special condition, and we are also inclusive and multilingual. Our customer says about us that we are very easy to use, so their customers are happy and our customers are happy. And especially within the medical recommendation schema, we provide the best next step. Regarding some of our collaboration, we build the Health and AI platform in collaboration with AXA and Microsoft. And right now we are providing our service to 30 countries, around 30 million lives. And as you can see, we're also present in Japan and in the Asian market. Our vision is that in the near future, no one will go to a hospital without using AI tool before. Thank you very much. I'm ready for your question.
Okay, thank you. And let's move on to our Q&A. Okay, Mr. Watanabe.
Can you tell us specifically how you works with general LLM from Microsoft or OpenAI? And I would like to know more about the technical integration process and the API linkage with general AI. What proprietary data sets that you have and how are they collected?
Okay, just understanding your question, you're asking basically the differentiation, like the main difference?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Thank you very much for your question. Actually, the main difference stays in the medical database, first of all, is our own based. And it's validated with clinical trials made with real patients. That's the main difference. Second of all, from the technical perspective, what we use it's our natural language processing technology, which is at the moment the most sophisticated and advanced. We have been training it for 10 years. I think that from the user perspective, we are user experience obsessed, meaning that our AI is trained to provide and ask the best next question during the evaluation, meaning that the user experience is very straightforward, just asking directly to include or exclude some potential condition. And that's the best difference. Thank you.
Okay. I think we have time for maybe one more quick question. Kato-san?
Thank you. I got a question about the accuracy of the AI and how accurate of the AI respond to the right symptoms.
Okay, that's a great question. I actually have a question for you. Why do you think accuracy is important? Why do you think accuracy is important? It's a question for you, sorry. Why? It's a very quick question.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because this is an AI. It is compared to the human doctors, and if the AI is not accurate, it's very crucial.
Okay, I'm sorry, I have to stop you. Just as you were getting to the question.
It's 91%, but 93% in some very specific clinical trials. I can show you later the results. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Time's up for our Q&A. Thank you very much. That was Predictor. Just as we were getting into the cool part. Okay. All right, moving on to our next presenter. This is under the next theme of living. Let's welcome to the stage Rebirthal Company Limited President, Mr. Masanori Kajikawa. 皆様拍手でお迎えください. Come on to the stage, sir. And go ahead and get started as soon as you're ready.
Good afternoon. How many people here who know someone has a cancer? Please show me your hand. Thank you. We are cancer-free biotech. We are here to revolutionary the fight against cancer. There's no PowerPoint.
It's not working?
Yep, it's not showing up. I can just keep talking.
Can we fix the slides?
All right.
Is that okay? Are we ready to go?
That's not my slide.
Uh-oh. Here are slides for Cancer-Free Biotech Limited. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and start again, if you're ready?
Yeah, okay. All right, good afternoon. How many people here who know someone has a cancer? Please show me your hand. Thank you. That is wrong slide again. Are you serious? That's okay, that's not fine. That's fine. So we are cancer-free biotech. We are here to revolutionary the fight against cancer. When patient diagnosed with cancer, doctor will follow the standard protocol. It is a one-size-fits-all solution. Patient has to try the treatment using their own body, and it will take as long as 6 months in order to know whether the treatment is working or not. If the treatment doesn't work, patient have to try another treatment again, use their own body, and so on and so on. Eventually, patient run out of time and resource and money. Let me share with you how can we help one of our patients in the real world. Let me introduce you Amy. In the year 2018, Amy was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. After standard treatment, Amy's doctor told Amy's family to get her affairs in order. It is doctor's call that prepare to die. Amy's family doesn't want to give up, so they find out clinical study and want to give her a try. We collect Amy's blood sample. Through this blood sample, we create a lot of cancer tumor in the lab and test with the multiple treatment in parallel without hurting the Amy. And finally, we find out one of the target therapy was particularly better. Amy's doctor referred to this data, decide to change the treatment. Not only Amy be able to move out of the ICU, but also can go home, have very good Chinese New Year. The reason we can make this miracle happen, because we have this cancer cell specific culture system, where we only need a patient's blood sample. Through our proprietary and patent culture system, we can create a lot of physical cancer tumor avatar in the lab and test multiple treatment in parallel and do a data analysis to find the best treatment option. This research doesn't come from overnight. Since 2016, our doctor getting frustrated treating his own patient. He want to have a tool that can help him understanding how the treatment could respond before giving to the patient. So he worked with a group of scientists to start the research. In 2018, during the AACR Cancer Conference, they published their result. Finally, they find a way to utilize the liquid biopsy to create a cancer avatar. It was considered very difficult to be done in the past, but their system was so effective. However, the question remains, can the cancer cell we grow in the lab from patient's blood sample really representing what the cancer inside the patient's body? For the next few years, all our research have been focusing on understanding the correlation between in vitro and in vivo testing. Also, they couldn't be 100% the same, but indeed, there is a correlation. So today, we finally have a tool that can help us understanding the response before giving to the patient, but also we can use it to build a Google map for personalized precision medicine in cancer. For a business model, we start with B2B2C, provide a clinical service to a late-stage cancer patient. Not only we work with all the major hospital and medical center in Taiwan, we signed a contract with a company affiliated with the Tsukuba University. Remember Amy? She was not the only patient we helped. For the last few years, we helped more than 1,500 patients across 100 different types of cancer. Our platform can also work with the pharma company, testing their potential compound in the real cancer cell from real cancer patient in real time. Not only saving time and money, but the risk for future investment. Our current market focuses on helping late-stage cancer patients. But given time, we can help early-stage cancer patients as well, just like a Google Map. Once we have more and more data, it can become more and more accurate. Our ultimate goal is helping the pharma company more cost-effectively and more fast develop a new drug, so we can have more drugs to help us defeat this nasty disease. We just closed our seed round early this year with investors from Draper Venture and UC Berkeley in the United States, and National Development Fund from Taiwan government. I worked for Morgan Stanley in New York more than a decade. The reason I started this company because my father had cancer back in 2015. Most of my team members come from biology and medical background. Many of us are suffer loss because of cancer. So we have this one common goal. That's to build the best personalized medicine platform in the world. So just one day, when our friends and family are in need, we will recommend to them our service more proudly. In the next 10 years, personalized precision medicine is inevitable trending. Join us as a partner, as an investor. Together, we can make this world cancer-free. My name is Paul, CEO of Cancer-Free Biotech. Thank you for your attention.
All right, thank you very much. Also, I'd quickly like to apologize. When I introduced you just a moment ago, made a little bit of a mistake there. Just so you know, and you probably already noticed, Cancer-Free Biotech Limited's founder and CEO, Mr. Po Chen. Sorry about that, and thank you for the wonderful presentation. If you're ready, we're going to go ahead and move on to Q&A.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. Okay. Who's going to go? Okay, Mr. Sawada.
Well, thank you very much. I think that your solution is too good to be true, but I think that what is the next step? What is the next milestone you wanted to achieve in the next couple of years?
Yeah. So there are a few milestones we want to achieve. Because of this medical related, there are a lot of limitations and validation need to be done. Also, that's why I said earlier, we focus on late-stage cancer patients. When there is no standard treatment available, then we can certainly step in for help at this point. But what we really want to do is we can change the standard treatment guideline, because no one wants to be a lab rat. So we already choose a certain type of cancer which currently have almost no existing precision medicine solution. You think about most of existing precision medicine solution today focus on genomic sequencing, but that's only available when there is enough big data. There's tons of cancer doesn't have a big data. Breast cancer, brain tumor, sarcoma. Those are tumors which we are working very hard to help. Pediatric cancer is one area we target. So we are already set out the office and lab in New York City. We're going to work with the medical center in the US to start this kind of research. In a few years, once we can validate enough, we can want to change the guideline, especially for the children. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we have time for one more quick question. Does anyone have one? Mr. Kawada?
So how many CTC can you collect from one tube?
Okay. That's a very common question I've been asked. That's a very good question. So the interesting thing is we don't directly collecting the CTC. Because think about how the CTC being collected. Usually being done by certain assumption. The assumption, once you have assumption, you have a BIOS. The BIOS, you're going to get a limited amount of CTC. But let's think about what is cancer cell different than the traditional normal cell. Cancer is uncontrolled growth. So basically, we don't do pretty much using a biomarker to pre-select it. We let the cells to grow, and then we can finalize the fine-tune the cell we created. So it's not the single population of a cancer cell. There was the single cell sequencing data earlier, which we cannot explain too much detail. What we grow is a heterogeneous type of cancer cluster. That means the cell we grow can better representing what the cancer inside the patient's body. That's very unique for what we do. Yeah.
All right, and that brings to a close our Q&A. Thank you very much once again, Cancer-Free Biotech Limited, Mr. Po Chen. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimashita. Looks like he's got a cheering section there at their back. Great. Okay, let's move on to our next presenter under the theme of Living. Roberto Company Limited President, Mr. Masanori Kajikawa, to the stage, please. 皆様拍手でお迎えください。よろしくお願いします。And go ahead and get started if you're ready.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Masanori from Iwasa. So we provide a novel treatment for bringing hope to patients with no cure. The first target is cancer. cancer is #1 cause of death, and 1 in 2 people will be diagnosed with cancer in their life. About 40% of cancer patients is advanced type or relapse type. They don't have enough effective treatment in current conventional therapy. Imagine, 1 in 5 people around you have a risk to die by cancer, no effective treatment. I'm sorry for not good example. But it's not joke. That's seriously a terrible problem. Actually, my grandmother died by advanced cancer in the past. They did not take any effective treatment. Recently, immunotherapy, like a cell therapy, occurred and effective for some of blood cancer, but just limited, and there are some issues. So, need a more novel therapy in cancer treatment field. Second target is infections. There are some drugs and vaccines, but no effective for some of infections, especially the novel infections. You remember, like as COVID-19. Someone thinks cell therapy works well as same as cancer. However, the current scheme takes long time to start the treatment. So just not in time. No need a novel treatment modality. For solving these issues, we propose that using killer T cell regenerated from iPS cell. Because killer T cell can kill cancer cells or virus-infected cells. Let's show the movies. So black sphere is a cancer. Color turns red when cancer dies. The small particle is a killer T cell comes around cancer tissues, but left side negative control does not change. The right side is our cancer-specific killer T cells. Comes around the cancer tissue and can destroy the edge of cancer and infiltrate to cancer tissue that kill the cancer cell. Our founder, Professor Hiroshi Kawamoto, Kyoto University, that succeeded in the first in global regeneration in 2013. Using this, we provide just-in-time therapy for patients as a novel treatment called allogeneic off-the-shelf universal T-cell therapy. The benefits are less burden on the patient, rapid start to treatment, cost-efficient, and stable quality. Why we can do that? We already have the patented technologies, each critical step in all schemes. Those technologies are our strong point compared to competitive companies. In addition, we collaborate with Hitachi Corporation for developing a mass production for cost down. The cost estimation of current cell therapy is $300,000 per patient, but our scheme would be estimated to be $60,000. We have 2 business models. One is in-house pipeline and planning clinical trial in 2 years. And the other one is a licensing business and already engaged with some pharmaceutical companies. Now is focusing the human POC phase in Japan and the partially expanded global business as licensing business. Near future, entering the full-scale global business. For that, we have collaboration with and supported from the Japanese ecosystems. So JETRO, UC San Diego, CIC, Tokyo, Kyoto, Kobe, something like that. Our management team has a combination of biotechnology and business background. For me, a business background, and the director has a physician and a specialist in immunology field and transplantation immunology field. We are now looking for partnering licensing opportunity and investment opportunity. Pharma, biotech, industries, investors. Let's pioneer a new era of treatment together. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to our Q&A. Do we have any questions? Okay, Mr. Watanabe, can someone get him a mic? Thank you very much.
So thank you for presentation. Considering the legality and our market environment, which do you think will achieve practical application is faster, Japan or outside of Japan?
Yeah, thank you very much. So now is focusing in Japan. So and now is undergoing going on the discussion with PMDA regulations, and partially we think the expand the global, so collaborate with global pharmaceutical company first. And then in the future, I hope to, by ourselves, to expand FDA authorization something.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other questions? Okay, Mr. Kawahara.
Maybe this is a stupid question, but what is the motivation to present here at SusHi Tech rather than the biotech specific presentation?
Here? Okay, thank you. So in the past, so far, I mainly did the pitch presentation at specific bio-legal questions. So however, I think that we are the therapeutics company. So however, the therapy and the diagnose, and also for manufacturing the with for mass production. In that case, the machinery companies or industries, those collaboration is important for us. So thank you for taking a chance this here, and so I have excited to the talking about.
All right, thank you very much. That looks like that's all the time we have for our Q&A. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
Masanori Kajikawa, Rebirthal Company Limited. Thank you. Okay, now it's time to go on to our next presentation, also under the theme of culture now. This is Tuba Joint Stock Company CEO and co-founder, Ms. Annie Vu. Let's give her a warm round of applause. 皆様拍手でお迎えください. And go ahead and get started whenever you're ready.
Connection. Our ancestors for centuries have sailed the sea, broadened our horizon on each voyage. But what truly makes travel special? It is the people that we meet, the bond that we form, the memories that we create. This belief is at our core at Tubet. Picture it at having a local trusted friend who show you where to go, what to do, tailor every experiences to your preferences. Tubet is a platform of meaningful connection where the traveler can easily book a local assistant to plan and guide the trip for them. We tailor to individual needs, whether you are Muslim, deaf, or simply craving for gluten-free food adventure. We empower the locals by creating job opportunities and creating a safe haven for the locals to thrive, especially women. So we developed an app that matches travelers to local experts for many purposes. They could connect to these local experts by requesting or filtering based on their profile, price, and reviews. The local buddies set the rate based on their experiences. Tubet charges 25% commission on each booking in exchange for marketing, phone support, and training. After the trip, they can both rate and review each other on the app. Tubet offers 3 types of buddies. The local buddy is original mass market offering. The business buddy is a high-end buddy services for business visitors who are in need of interpreters, translator, or personal assistant, private coordinator. And the health buddy is specified for people who travel for health assistant. Different types of buddy will be available to your different needs. You can pick and choose who suits you the best and whose skills bring you the most values. These local buddies are looking for a way to make more money by, as independent contractor, by having a job where they could choose their own schedules and be their own bosses. In short, we empower the locals by moving the power of earning from big traditional travel companies to the local communities. We have assessed our competitors too. Most of them have succeeded in Europe. Frankly, I think Asia is the new Europe with so many more barriers in languages, cultures, and technology. They have overlooked our market, and it's not easy for them to get into this market either. Tubet has the localization power, the time and effort to go around recruiting the locals and train them to be the best of themselves. Before COVID-19, we entered the market for tourism only. During the pandemic, we realized that our platform could be utilized for business visitors too. So in 2020, we managed to increase our revenue by 77% doing so. And so in 3 years in COVID-19, we managed to be profitable, survive, and thrive with just 10,000 active buddies monthly. And that goes to prove that more than ever, we need connection. So who are we? Who are we behind this whole business? Well, I am Annie, COO of Tubet. Started out as a local buddy myself, traveled in 30 countries, have lived in 4 with 11 years experiences in operations and marketing. Ethan is our CTO with 13 years full stack e-commerce platform experience in Singapore, Vietnam, and South Korea. He built our platform from scratch himself. And Anthony from the UK is for our high standard quality control. And one more important part of our team is a growing number of local buddies all around the world. Right now we have more than 1,000 buddies across 5 different countries. And wherever the locals want to make money by using their own skills, that's where Tubet will be. Reflecting on my childhood, memories blurs together. But my first trip abroad stands out vividly. That is a shared universal experience. That first connection with the world beyond our comfort zone. Imagine arriving to Asia, booking flights and accommodation, hailing rides at ease. And then there's Tubet offering a local gift from a local friend at your fingertips. We believe that with Tubet, every traveler becomes a storyteller, crafting their own unforgettable memories. So we're raising $1 million to refine our system, lever up every aspect of the technology and the people behind it. We believe that we need this money to cater and facilitate our current requests from our partners and our customers right now. So join us and let's connect the world. Thank you. Arigato.
Okay, that was Tubet. Okay, now time to move on to our Q&A. All right, looks like Susan, you've got your hand up already.
Can you discuss your market launch strategy in new geo markets, specifically how you acquire supply?
Thank you so much, Susan. In order to acquire supplier, for us, I believe that it's not as hard as acquire customers. However, we started out in 2018, and within 1 month of launching the website, we already received nearly 1,000 applications in order becoming Tubet across 20 different countries. The demand of people using their own skills and the language ability all over the world and serving at a job and make money from it is enormous. Right now in Vietnam, there are about 40,000 licensed tour guides earning roughly about $100 a day. Let's say they work 20 days a month only, and we already have a market size of $1 billion. All we want to do is introduce a technology platform into that market and capture and make sure that we have a transparent way of doing business in that market. And this market has been going on for thousands of years already.
Okay, do we have any other questions? Ms. Sohara?
One question. So the slide says that you will be potentially acquired in 5 years. What's your ultimate goal as a CEO and founder? Do you want to be acquired by Airbnb?
I'd love to. That is short answers. Long answer is we don't want to build a one-stop shop. Don't want to be another, do whatever it takes. We want to focus on one thing people lack right now and no other platform is focusing on, which is the human connection, the people of it. And it's hard. The reason why people don't do it is because it's not an easy route. And we want to focus on it. We want to go deep into this niche. And I believe that every platform, Airbnb, Booking.com, Agoda, Traveloka, Klook, you name it, all of the travel platform out there doesn't have our services and need our services to complete their travel ecosystem. So yes, we're also talking to a few in order to do that. So yeah, moving forward, that would be the best way to contribute into a larger scale of economy.
All right, thank you very much. And that's all the time we have for our Q&A. Ladies and gentlemen, Tubet, thank you very much. All right, now we're going to move on to our last presenter for this portion of our program today. Under the theme of culture, let's welcome to the stage Strolly Incorporated CEO, Ms. Machi Takahashi. 皆様拍手でお迎えください. Come on to the stage, please. Go ahead and get started whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi, my name is Machi, and I'm CEO of Strolly. Strolly was invented for these maps with stories by my co-founder with a background in AI and information science. And I have a background in art history, so I get really excited when a touch of technology brings these artworks alive. So we have 11,000 maps uploaded to our platform from 40 different countries, and I'll tell you why these design maps are important. So when you hear the word maps, you probably think of something like this, where they will take you from point A to B in the shortest distance. While Strolly's map is totally different. They're very live, vibrant, and they'll show you the people who live there with stories to tell. It's a craftsmanship in this city. And this is the map that we collaborated with an artist for targeting into Generation Z. And these young people spent a lot of time in this area enjoying her story. So going back to Tokyo Station, where it looked like this 130 years ago, they didn't even have a station. But now they have Tokyo Innovation Base, where they host a lot of startups with ecosystem. And you can find this map while you're in SusHi Tech to find out more about this ecosystem in Tokyo. So as you can see, we can show GPS positioning on any kind of map in any form, so that our clients can tell stories to their visitors. Our clients want to increase brand awareness and build trust with visitors, and to provide educational and entertaining contents, which is stories, and to have long-term relationship with the visitors. But why Strolly? Because when it comes to telling stories with locations, map platforms are really hard to use. They don't let you edit, they don't let you to customize, they don't let you put cute pictures on top of it, and even if you put your map on your website, they don't give you the feedback of the data that's happening in the map. So that's where Strolly's editor comes in. We put all the illustrated maps available with GPS positioning, and also you can edit stories, culture, issues in real time, in real place. And we back up your map with the data, and you can see how the map is used in real time. So our clients are various. They're in transportation, smart city, city promotion and events, and we're in the B2B subscription model of our platform. And our clients have the touch points with their visitors, with both in analog and digital ways. So that's why it's used in 300 different cities, and we have 3 million people using our maps. So we think that by changing the map design, you can design behaviors. We're working closely with City of Kyoto on their Gion Festival, which is the largest festival in Japan, and they have issues of over-tourism, guiding safety, and telling history and cultural meaning of the festival. So this is where the Strolly's map comes in. We can show the safest way to go around on the map, and also tell introductions of history and culture of the festival in multi-language. And the results like this. The data show heat map on the map, and it showed that people actually moved around as the basis of the design of the map intention. And even with these data, the city and also the local police were able to analyze the data and decide what to do the next year for their guiding plans without any professionals. So easy. And by doing so, we can have the sustainable relationship of the local people and the visitors, maintaining the history and culture of the festival that's been around for 1,000 years. Another story is that we're tackling with the traffic jam and air pollution issues in Vietnam, working closely with the city developers. So this smart city is a very quick development. We're showing the future vision of the city, and as well as their trial with the challenges with the sustainable actions. And also showing the bus locations in real time. We're encouraging people to use sustainable buses instead of using the motorcycles. And we're gonna try more fun things to encourage people to get on these buses. So our concept is share the way we see the world. If you think of your local town or your cities that you work in or the cities that you manage, and if you have challenges or issues that you want to share with the rest of the world, please use Strolley to share that with them. And we can solve the problems maybe with you working in the area. And also Strolley will bring the stories, and we empower your stories by taking on to the maps. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Perfect, right on time. Okay, it's now time for our Q&A. Do we have any questions from our judges, Mr. Watanabe?
How do you put touch point and make new users aware of your services?
So we can it's a web service, and then you don't have to download the apps. So they're embedded into the website or the official sites, or there will be posters and all these graphics everywhere in the city with QR codes. So that's how they notice that.
So you said physical
yes,
QR
both
code?
physical and also digital.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Mr. Soa?
Do you have your own designer in-house, and does clients can choose who to design?
Yes, we're collaborating with lots of design companies and also web companies who can work locally. And we have partners, but we also have designers in-house. So
Clients can choose who to design.
Clients can choose, and they sometimes have their designs already, ready on paper. And if you have that, you can simply upload that to Strolley, and that'll be digital. Mm-hmm.
I think we have time for one more question, if anyone has one. Are we okay? All right, that brings to a close our Q&A. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That was Strolley Incorporated. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, so that concludes our presentations for this portion of the program. We're now going to take a short break. If you're going to be leaving the area, please return your simultaneous interpretation receivers to our staff. We'll be back and starting at 3:22 p.m., so it's just about 5 minutes from now. We'll start back at 3:22 p.m. Some of our startups are exhibiting their technologies and services related to SusHi Tech in the exhibition area. Please be sure to drop by or check them out when you have a moment. All right, we'll be resuming shortly. See you back in just a few moments. Thank you. Okay, everybody, we are back and we're moving into the final stretch. それでは再開いたします。ラストスパートに入ります。Okay, so we're going to move on to our last remaining 4 companies. Under the theme of impact now, ePort co-founder and CEO, Mr. James Kim. Let's welcome him to the stage. 皆様拍手でお迎えください。お願いします。If you're ready, go ahead and get started.
This is a simplified diagram of the maritime supply chain. This complex web has been mastered over centuries to facilitate global trade in an analog era. However, in a digital world that we live in today, this complex web comes with its price. Slow information flow causes low visibility, resulting in underutilization and wastage, resulting in, again, higher cost and excessive greenhouse gas emissions. Maritime today is responsible for 3% of the total greenhouse gas emissions. By 2050, this will increase to 17% if we don't take any actions. Hello, everyone. My name is James Kim, CEO and founder of ePort. Before ePort, I was a ship operator, owner, and a shipbroker. Over 10 years, I've lived every day feeling this pain and the problem. And I believe there must be a better way. So we created ELSA 4 years ago. ELSA is a ship import platform where various maritime stakeholders can procure port services online and access real-time port operations data. We use a unique 3-step solution methodology. Step 1, transform the day-to-day workflow via digitalization, achieving the 0 to 1. Step 2, connect the various stakeholders via interoperable APIs. Last but not least, leverage on deep tech to harness the full value of the data captured. By these 3 steps, ELSA provides various stakeholders with direct access to real-time and relevant data. Let me give you an example. ELSA has successfully digitalized over 75% of the Singapore's water taxi port service industry. Before ELSA, customers used to make booking via phone, fax, and emails, even telex. Then the operator will walkie-talkie to the boat captains, and once the job is done, he will handwrite on the paper voucher for the proof of service. Piles of vouchers will be collected on a daily basis, and this will then re-record it into an assignment sheet. There are dedicated staffs whose only job is to write the assignment sheets. We compassionately call them the human APIs. Now, with ELSA, bookings are made via mobile apps. The operators receive it instantly with live notifications. With a click of a button, the order gets disseminated to the boat captains on their tablets. And once the job is done, the e-voucher is issued automatically. Now, complete digital and paperless transformation has been done. Human APIs are gone and replaced with interoperable APIs that can connect with others. With the accumulated and connected data, we have developed an AI optimizer engine together with A-Star. A-Star is the Singapore's national agency for science, technology, and research. The algorithm, the AI engine that we have developed has shown very promising results of cutting 25% emissions by using the data. Through these success stories and breakthroughs, on our first year, we have gained very good tractions over the past 4 years. 2 million Singapore dollars of gross revenue in our first year, but last year, slightly shy of $40 million. And this year, we will be achieving break even. From here, we will apply the same 3-step methodology to the various sectors and segments of maritime and create a maritime data platform that will bring maritime one step closer to decarbonization. With our multiple and varied and various business models and our network effect of customers, we will achieve $5 billion of top line by the end of 2027. Please join us on our journey and let's connect the dots together. Thank you very much.
All right, James, thank you very much. Now it's time to move on to our Q&A. Kawahara-san already has his hand up. If you would, please. Can you get your mic over there? Thank you.
So what is the main reason you got the big leap last year in revenue? What is the main reason you have the big leap in the revenue last year?
Actually, we have been growing constantly 2x, 3x, but we have made the graph look a little bit bigger on the last year to give it a more dramatic effect. However, we actually focused more on the bottom line last year because the market today is looking for break-even and profitability. As a startup, we want to just focus on growth, but we couldn't do that. But yes, we are having network effects, meaning if one of our customers, like Eneos, adopts our solution, their carriers are actually forced or half forced to use. Then their shipping agents and the port services also are using and coming into our platform. And thus, our customer acquisition has a very big network effect. And we have network with the charters, the cargo owners, the ship owners, and the agents. And we are already live in more than 80 countries and 240 ports at the moment.
Okay. Mr. Suara?
I think this is not a local issue. This is a global agenda. Like a maritime industry all over the world has the same issue. So what's your go-to-market strategy, especially the US and Europe?
Actually, very good question, and thank you very much for that. We actually have Chevron Ornite as our customer in Singapore, and when they are satisfied with our solution, we are actually implementing in Houston and Le Havre in Europe and Houston. So it's a very natural network effect.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's all the time we have for our Q&A. That was ePort. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, now it's time for our next presenter. Also under the theme of impact, let's welcome to the stage Degas Limited founder and CEO, Mr. Doga Makiura. 皆様拍手でお迎えください. Here we go. And if you're ready, go ahead and get started.
Hello, B2B shipping. Now we're going to ship you to Africa. Before entering college in 2013, I spent some time in Rwanda, East Africa. I visited some farms, met with smallholder farmers living on less than $3 a day, and after 5 years, I went back to the same country, and I was astonished by how the city, capital city Kigali, was developed with all these Marriott hotels and convention centers. But outside the city, nothing had changed. That wasn't just the case only in Rwanda. Over 600 million smallholder farmers in sub-Saharan Africa still suffer and face same struggles. People are suffering from low productivity, low incomes, and with harsh living conditions. A radical change was needed. So I created Degas Limited back in 2018. Hello, my name is Doga from Degas Limited. I was born and raised in Japan and now living in Ghana. Here I am. At Degas, we build tech products to unlock access to a massive hidden market of smallholder farmers. For example, our in-house developed app collects high-quality data on the ground, and we use such data like farm polygons to compute credit scores to determine the bankability of these smallholder farmers and unlock access to financing. And we ensure 100% traceability too. Business model is pretty simple, unique, and lucrative. We actually finance in agri inputs like fertilizer, and farmers repay us in corn bags instead of cash. And we sell these corn bags to premium off-takers like Nestle and Zhang, and we receive payment. Since the inception of the company, we financed 46,000 farmers, and last year alone, we financed 26,000 smallholder farmers, and we've been exponentially growing. The business alone last year generated over $5 million in revenue and is making a bottom line. Our impact actually goes beyond economics. 97% of our farmers doubled their incomes last year. And I'm not just talking about random numbers. We actually led the third-party impact verifier to verify these numbers. So we are an impact-driven for-profit company. As farmers' incomes increase, so do our business opportunities. We're also tapping into the largest regenerative agriculture project in Africa. We sequester CO2 in soil and generate carbon credits that brings about $25 extra cash to smallholder farmers. And we're developing the world's largest carbon project among smallholder farmers, which is roughly around $600 million worth in a period of 20 years. We're also building a carbon market platform to help smallholder farmers in the world to sequester CO2 in soil. We are changing the world with great partners like Nestle, Fujio, Gates Foundation, among others. A team of over 220 people from 11 nationalities drive the change, supported by investors, raised around $15 million since the inception of the company. Thank you so much for listening.
All right, thank you very much.
There is one more thing. There is one more thing I forgot about. Today, I am honored and excited to announce for the first time Dega's geospatial foundation model. We've been using machine learning models to change the way farmers live, but it's incredibly difficult to collect data on the ground, and you require a lot of data, as you may know. So we just built our own foundation model. But unlike ChatGPT or Claude, we pre-trained the global satellite data instead of text. We just released our first paper, and it's a state-of-the-art model. Achieved highest accuracy in tasks like land cover classification and flood detection, surpassed every other existing models developed by NASA, IBM, and Stanford. It's truly a game changer. We now need only a few hundred samples to make highly accurate machine learning models, and it significantly reduces costs. And what's more unique is that we don't just make the model. This is what sets us apart from OpenAI and other companies. We actually apply our model into our own solutions in agri and carbon monitoring, and we have the highest quality data. Nobody else has more soil sample data than us in that quality. Not just that, it can be applied to every other sectors or tasks like national security, energy efficiency, and it can even see through clouds. Now we go global with farmers, carbon, and technology. This time, thank you again so much for listening. Come change the world with us.
All right, thank you very much. No more surprises, right?
No more surprises.
Okay. All right, let's move on to our Q&A. Okay, Susan, I think you had your hand up first.
How do you measure, verify the carbon emissions, this carbon sequestration, and what registries are you planning to sell those credits on, and are you already certified? Like, how far along is that process?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So we go through Verra, and our head of carbon market is actually from Verra, leading the carbon monitoring platform division for agriculture, forest, and land use. And the way we monitor is through a change in soil organic carbon. So we don't just use the satellite images, but we have the actual ground truth with soil samples to understand how much soil organic carbon has increased and how much CO2 that soil has sequestered. And this methodology has been certified in Verra VM0042, but not at this scale we're trying to pull off.
Any other questions?
So I think credit assessment to finance small-scale farmers have great potential to help many unbanked SEMs in rural area. And in terms of back finance, is your model based on receiving back finance from local banks in Africa or other institutions?
Just like you're an investor kind of a question, DD question. So until we became profitable last year, we actually used the source of lending from our equity money, but obviously the capital cost was too high. So from this season, we're just about to close a $7 million debt round from a combination of Japanese banks and Ghanaian banks. Japanese banks, great interest, probably the best in the world. Ghanaian banks, 20% plus. But I obviously hope it gets lower and lower. And also, we actually provide our operations and credit scoring to existing microfinance institutions as well who want to reach out to the blue ocean market of smallholder farmers. So we have all these direct financing and back financing.
Sorry to have to interrupt. Time's up. Thank you very much. Arigatou. Okay, moving on to our 19th presenter for today, also under the theme of impact. Let's welcome Impact Fat CEO Hon Mandy to the stage. 皆様拍手お願いします。As soon as you're ready to go, please get started.
All right. Before I start, I actually have a question that I hope all of us will think about it in the next 5 minutes. So today we are all here at SusHi Tech. Well, I love sushi so much and I hope you guys love it too. So my question is, what does a good sushi means to you? Hi, I am Mandy, the CEO and co-founder of Impact Fat, and we are all about just 2 words, which is good fat. So we produce omega-3 fish fat sustainably using stem cell technology without killing any animals at all while enhancing taste and nutrition. So fat is flavor. I think these 3 words pretty much already sum up the importance of fat. But while we all love fat, we also have another concern, which is health. Will eating too much of fat lead to problems like obesity, heart attack, or even stroke? So this leads me to think about one question. Why do we always have to sacrifice our health for good taste? And why not both? So our solution is the good fat. We are working particularly on fish fat because this contains the really high nutrition value like omega-3 and antioxidants. But at the same time, it retains all the flavor, the texture, and the juiciness that we love in the fat. So basically, best of both worlds, why not? Now, let's talk about the most important topic today, which is sustainability. How do we get our fish fat today? So firstly, there are 2 main methods. First being a really expensive traditional fish farming method because it requires a huge amount of land and manpower costs and also very long time of production. The second method is wild fishing. While we humans have been overkilling all the animals in the ocean and also facing serious pollution issues right now. So let's look into the future with Impact Fat. So we are solving all these issues, starting from reducing the cost significantly because we do not need big amount of land and manpower, and our production time is actually only just 2 weeks or even lesser. So while we do this without killing any fishes at all and also with 0 pollution risk. So starting in year 2019, Impact Fat is actually the first and only company in the world that is focusing on this technology. So the next question is, what makes us different from our competitors? So we are comparing ourselves with livestock fat. They usually contain a lot more of the unhealthy fat that we do not want. But Impact Fat contains the healthy omega-3 fat we want to gain. On the other hand, vegetable oil are usually very heavily processed, but Impact Fat is natural, stable, no heavy process required. So our technology was summed up by 4 key words. First is the isolation of stem cell. Second, the selection of the best cell line. Then we grow them and differentiate them into the mature fat cells. So all of them were being patented internationally. So our first product is actually pork product, interestingly I would say, because our fat is neutral in taste. So this opens up a lot more exciting opportunities for us. We also launched the world's first cultivated fish fat tasting event. So last year was a year of collaboration for us. We have worked together with many international partners to produce omega-3 enriched dumplings. On top of that, we have also hosted Jetro and Jaka in Singapore for a blind tasting event for a pork gyoza. So partnership is so important for us. While we actually signed a lot of MOU last year, we are looking for more strategic partnership, especially in Japan this year. So our go-to-market is B2B targeting industries like alternative proteins, consumer food market, and most importantly, we are also looking into cosmetic products and also omega-3 supplements. So we are currently at scaling up phases before looking into our commercialization plan and expansion plan. And that will be starting from Singapore, and Japan is our next market before other countries across the globe. So our team consists of myself leading the business team. We also have Dr. Shigeki Sugi that has more than 20 years of experience in fat and stem cell research that's actually leading the technical team. We also have a team of nutrition scientists, pharmacists, and food scientists within the team as well. So we are being supported by a group of really experienced advisors in brand and strategy, in aquatic and culinary industries. So lastly, we're actually fundraising for $3 million for 3 main goals. First is to hire, second is to skill up, and last but not least, for regulatory approval. So before I conclude, I would like to share that like a good piece of sushi to me, it has to be like Otoro sushi. Why? So tasty, so healthy, but most importantly, memorable. And that's what Impact Fact wants to bring to you today. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All the good taste without all the bad effects, we can definitely get behind that. Okay, so let's move on to our Q&A. Anyone want to jump in right away? Mr. Sohara, okay.
Thank you very much. How much capital do you need before 2026?
Sorry again?
How much capital do you need in total before starting the commercialization?
So we're currently raising $3 million for pilot skills, and we are hoping to get another bridge round of probably about $5 million. But before that, we are actually going to launch a product so that we will de-risk the investors as well. And we will go into the market first as omega-3 supplements and also cosmetic products before the food products, which is actually more costly. Yeah.
Any other questions? Ms. Kato?
Thank you. How big the production capability at the moment, and then toward the commercialization, do you have any technical obstacles?
Technical, sorry.
Obstacles, technical challenge.
Technical challenge.
Yeah.
So we have been really smooth in our technical part. So we have worked together. We were actually a spin-off from A-Star Agency. So we started our research 3 years ago. And we have successfully actually do it pretty smooth, and we are lowering our cost at this moment. So our skill at this moment is actually at the lab skill, and we're going into bioreactor 1 liter to 5 liter to 10 liter skills in the coming year before. And we think that this is really crucial because once we are able to do that, it's all about just duplication. So that will be easy for us to actually go to commercialization after that.
I think we've got time enough for one more quick question if we have one. Anyone got one? Are we good? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was the Impact Fat on Mandy. Thank you very much. Okay, we have kept this gentleman waiting for a very, very long time. This is our 20th and last presentation for today. Once again, the theme is on impact. Let's welcome Elephant Tech Incorporated COO, Mr. Satoshi Konagai, to the stage. 皆様拍手でお迎えください。お願いします。お待たせいたしました。よろしくお願いします。Here we go.
Hi, my name is Satoshi. I'm from Elephant Tech. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I'm very honored to be the last one. As a father of 2 kids, 4 years old and 1 year old, who are going to the daycare, in July to September, most of the days they cannot go to the outside because of the weather temperature. It is clear that global warming is an eminent issue for all humankind, and we need to consider and adapt the drastic solutions for all industries. We, Elephant Tech, actively engage R&D in the field of the industry with mission of making the world sustainable with new manufacturing technologies. As a first area, we successfully mass produce printed circuit board with inkjet printing technology as a first in the humankind. Printed circuit boards, so-called PCBs, are widely used for all electrified devices such as EVs, cars. EV cars is the same, smartphones and PCs and etc. And the market size is very vast, like $82 billion now, and 6% of annual CAGR. However, the current PCB industry has an issue of environmental impact. Subtractive method is a conventional method. Is very wasteful because laminate all the material necessary and then remove the unnecessary part with chemical etching or chemical processes to form the circuit, which leads raw material loss and a lot of liquid waste. And for example, 10% of the all 10% of the CO2 emissions of the Apple are coming from PCB procurement. Unlike conventional method, our method, so-called pure additive method, is pretty simple and straightforward. On the top of the substrate, we imprint copper nanoparticle ink using inkjet printing technology to form the circuit and base into the electroless copper plating to increase the thickness of the copper. That's it, pretty simple. So with no raw material loss. Because of that, we can provide very cost competitiveness PCBs together with like low environmental impact. We are successfully mass produced in the Aichi prefecture and last 5 years, and then with no accident in location of Mitsui Chemical, which is one of our shareholder. And then we also developed our internal inkjet printing machine with the technology of Seiko Epson inkjet head, and to assure the enlarge of mass production. And right now, we are actively engaged for the international global expansion, as well as more specification improvement to accommodate various application needs. As well as from 2025, we are planning to start inkjet printing system sales with consumables. And we have like several projects going on with companies, prestigious companies overseas who are very environmental cautious, like Logitech and Lighton. Although like a PCB industry is very conservative per se, and then it takes a lot of time to adapt new technology, but they courageously adapt our technology because of like our result of the environmental impact. And right now we are mutually running the project to meet their PCB demands. And then we have like a strong internal R&D teams coming from the various prestigious international and also Japanese manufacturing company to cover all the technology necessary element internally. And then we actively engage R&D right now. So by looking at my by looking at my kids' sleeping face, I'm always determined that we as an adult need to fulfill our mission to pass this beautiful earth to the next generation. And together with our stakeholder, like strategic business partners, shareholders, and customers, we would like to strive our R&D activity more to contribute to the world for solving this environmental issue. Thank you so much for listening.
Hi, arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much, Elephant Tech. Okay, moving on to our Q&A. Do we have any questions? Okay, Kawahara-san, okay, if you would please.
Maybe I'm not the right person because I know your company very well.
I know. We met
but so just this is the last question.
Okay.
Right? So well, actually, this is the same question I did. But what is the actual motivation to present here at the SusHi Tech?
Well, sorry, could you repeat the question again? Sorry,
what is the motivation to present here at SusHi Tech?
We have two motivations. First, we would like to meet like right potential customers who are seeking for the innovation together with like a startup. And secondly, we might have like another round of the fundraising, so that we would like to meet we would like to meet the potential investors. So there are the two reasons why we are in the SusHi Tech. Of course, and this is a great opportunity for us to the PR, press release, like our technology. So that's why.
Just one more question. So right now, you have a mass production facility in Aichi. And do you have any future plan to global build a factory new factory anywhere outside Japan?
That's a great question. That could be the one of the potential possibility together with like our business strategic partner, and it would be like we would like to deviate more to like system sales development. It's still depending on like what kind of project we can get, whether we need to fulfill supply chain as a mass producer or a system developer. Still like it's undecided yet, but it's also like one of the possibility. And then right now, we have been actively discussing with the overseas customers, so the demand fast. So thank you so much for your question.
All right, thank you very much. That's all the time we have for our Q&A. That was Elephant Tech. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, so that is all of our 20 startups who will be presenting here today. Thank you for all of the wonderful, outstanding pitches. Next, we will be proceeding with the judging process to, of course, announce the 7 startups that will be advancing to the final tomorrow. So, judges, if you are okay, if you're ready, we'd like to ask you to please move to your holding room for the evaluation process. You guys are ready to go? Okay. If you would, everyone, give them a round of applause. Minasamá大きな拍手お願いします. So looking forward to your announcement here in just a little bit. Okay, everybody, sorry to have kept you waiting. It's now time to move on to the moment that you've all been waiting for. So to all of our attendees and those watching online, thank you very much for joining us here today for the SusHi Tech Tokyo Global Startup Program. Your participation is greatly appreciated. So here on the stage, as you witnessed today, we have the SusHi Tech Challenge semifinal, where innovative technologies and ideas addressing the world's pressing challenges crucial for achieving sustainable cities have been showcased. Now, after evaluating all 20 presentations, it's time for the much-awaited announcement. For those advancing to the final tomorrow, they will be securing their spot for tomorrow's event and stand a chance to win the grand prize of 10 million Japanese yen for the winning team. So, before we go on, I'd like to introduce once again all of the 20 startup companies from 10 countries under the 5 themes of SusHi Tech Tokyo 2024, which is infrastructure, environment, living, culture, and impact. So as you can see here up on the screen, under infrastructure, Aeterlink Corporation, DRONAMICS, LocationMind Incorporated, Deepctrls. Also under environment, we have Entomal Biotech, Cool Innovation Incorporated, Bioplastics Company Limited, Fermenstation Company Limited, Cogo Japan GK, Asuene Incorporated, and Wright Brothers. Under the category of living, we have Medictor, Cancer-Free Biotech Limited, Rebirthal Company Limited. And then moving on to culture, we have Tubad Joint Stock Company and Strolly Incorporated. And the last section here is for impact. This is ePort, Degas Limited, Impact Fat, and Elephant Tech Incorporated. So, of course, our 7 finalists have been chosen out of these 20 startups to move on to the final round tomorrow. So now I will be announcing the qualifiers for tomorrow's finals. If you are called to the stage, please come up right away. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to find out which 7 companies will be going on to the final round and will be competing at the main stage tomorrow, located on the other side of the venue. So, the companies that will move on to SusHi Tech Challenge final round are Entomal Biotech, Yanni Ching. Cool Innovation Incorporated, Chang. Bioplastics Company Limited, Hanh. Fermenstation Company Limited, Lina, Sakai. Next, Cancer-Free Biotech, Po Chen. ePorts, James Kim. And Degas Limited, Doga Makiura. All right, congratulations once again to our 7 startups that will be moving on to the final round tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, give another big round of applause. Congratulations, omedetou. Okay, so we're going to take just a second to get some photos here. I believe we have 1, 2, 3, or 4 maybe official photographers here at the front. Okay, all of our photographers. Okay, get another one right here. All right, thank you very much. So let's get a few words from each of our finalists. We're going to start off with Entomal Biotech's Yanni Ching, and we'll go in order. If you would, just give us a quick message.
Hi, it's the Fly Lady again. We're super grateful to be one of the finalists, and we really look forward to contributing into Japan's mission of halving the food waste by 2030. We believe we have the technology that can drive this innovation. Looking forward to the final tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much. Cool Innovation Incorporated's Chang.
I'm a little bit surprised to be elected. I'm very, very happy to be here. And hopefully everyone here someday can eat the apple that stayed in our fridge for 11 months and eat it deliciously. And of course, we want to expand this technology overseas in Japan as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Moving on to Bioplastics Company Limited, Hando, if you would.
Thank you. I'm certainly very honored, very happy to be selected. But I'm even happier because I see like two my other peer companies, Entomal and Biofermentation, because we are in the same space of recycling waste, coming up with new material, saving the environment. So I think I'm super happy. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Moving on, Fermenstation Company Limited, Lina Sakai, if you would.
Thank you so much. Actually, this is my second trial. Some people may remember me, but I couldn't go to the final, so it was really a big challenge for me. So I'm just so happy, and we have an involvement. We have a booth here, so anybody interested in working with us, please come to visit us. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Cancer-free biotech, Mr. Po Chen, if you would.
Cancer is inevitable. It requires all of us to work together to have a better life. Thank you.
Thank you. ePort's James Kim.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. I am very honored because all of the pitches were so fantastic. To be honest, I think a maritime startup to be in a stage like this, I think it's more and more needed because maritime really needs more innovators to come in and tackle many problems. So thank you very much for giving us the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. And Degas Limited's Doga Makiura.
Thank you very much for having me and for making rational judgment to all the judges. Our vision is to change people's lives dramatically, so we don't have time to stop here. So looking forward to win tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So if we can, I'd like to get a few comments from our judges. So we're just going to go right down in order. So first off, SBI Investment Company Limited Director and Executive Officer, General Manager, Corporate Venture Capital Department, Yukiko Kato, if you would give us a few comments.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for having me as a judge. It was very honor to share such a precious and exciting timing with so prominent entrepreneurs and judges. Thank you very much again. And for me, I was very impressed. There are so many entrepreneurs from the environment categories, and obviously the sustainable development sometimes challenge and does not come with the environment solutions. So sorry, I don't know how to say, but thank you again, and good luck for the tomorrow, the final challenge. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, Nordic Ninja Managing Partner, Mr. Tomosaka Sohara.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me as a jury, and also that congratulations of the finalists. All the members, regardless of the result, all the members made a really, really great presentation. I really enjoyed. As a Deeptech ambassadors, I really wanted to say that this domain is really hard. So I respect all the challenge you are facing, and also all the demand you wanted to address in the world. And I think it's really hard to choose which will be better, which will be bad. So actually, the discussion among the judges was really, really ramping up in the behind the room. But congratulations, and I hope that all the people and all the founders could go to the next stage successfully. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, DG Daiwa Ventures Managing Director, Mr. Yamato Watanabe.
Thanks very much for having me, and congratulations to the 7 companies selected to final. And although the votes were divided, we chose with the intention of seeing bit beyond the ordinary perspective. And I heard this semi-final featured 20 companies chosen from 500 applicants, resulting in very high-level presentation. And as an investor, I place great emphasis on why companies are pursuing their business now. So, and each of the 20 selected companies have a clear response to why now. So, in the context to their technological and the macroeconomics environments, I'm grateful that all of 20 exceptional founders are engaging in Tokyo's startup ecosystem. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now, Toba Capital Partner, Climate Investing, Susan Su.
I've spent my entire career in Silicon Valley. And being here today, I am incredibly impressed and really just heartwarmed to see this level of caring and innovation coming from places outside of the Valley, coming from Asia in particular. I'm so impressed to see the impact and mission orientation that every single one of you, but all of the other founders have demonstrated in caring for our society and for our planet, and showing the world that not every great idea has to come from Palo Alto or San Francisco. So congratulations and keep at it.
Thank you. And last but of course not least, from U Tokyo Innovation Platform Company Limited, Chief Investment Officer, Mr. Mikio Kawahara.
Yes, yeah. Well, first of all, I want to clarify that all the startup teams, are qualified, to be, selected. And the 5 minutes is too short, to tell about the, whole story, right? So, well, I think that you did a great job, in this very short period, minutes. And the last comment I wanted to say is, comparing the last year, we have a more global, more diversified, people, here in Tokyo. So I really, appreciate, those great, startup, come together in Tokyo. And also, I'm really looking for the, future of Tokyo, who is will be the kind of, center hub, for all the startup from the global. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. So thank you once again to all of our judges. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, these are our finalists for SusHi Tech Challenge Final tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another big round of applause. Congratulations. 改めて盛大な拍手お願いします。